Hey, Mooch Crap, J-Dubs.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Mooch, crap, J-Dub.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey Jay.
What up with your crap and Mooch and Jay Will?
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap. Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap. Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Homies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap. Make sure.
Mooch, crap, J-Dub.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
Hey Mooch and Crap, hey Jay.
Hey Mooch and Crap. What up, Mooch and Crap and Jay?
Sub Mooch and Crap, sub J-Dubs.
Hello, Mooch and crap.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap?
You guys have the best damn podcast on YouTube, bar none.
All hail Jay! All hail Jay!
Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning. Sorry, we're a little late. It's actually Sunday afternoon. Crap is he's on the way, guys. We have a motto here on M&C. The show must go on. The show must go on. If it's within our range and our reach, the show must go on. Crap's having a bit of car trouble. He is on his way back from work. So hopefully he's able to join us momentarily. We're hoping. We've been reaching out to him, and he's getting things taken care of. So as soon as he's able to join us, he will. But we are going to have one hell of a show. And this show can't go on without the one, the only J-Dubs. Jay, how are you this morning?
All hail Jay! All hail Jay! All hail Jay! All hail Jay!
So good.
I'm
Love
doing
it,
good.
buddy.
Thank you. No, I'm doing good. Yeah, I don't know what the weather's like in New York right now, but in Nova Scotia, it's the snow is melting. It's raining. It's actually warmer than normal. I don't know.
Well, somebody I know, I don't believe all this Farmer's Almanac and all this other stuff, but somebody I know very close to me, he says to me, we had a really, really rough January. It was cold. I mean, I don't know how it was over where you are.
Oh, it's cold here too. Yeah.
Freezing. And they said February, believe it or not, they said, even though it sounds really odd to say, February, March will be on the warmer side. Does that mean we're going to be wearing shorts and getting a tan? No. But as long as it's not 5 or -5, okay, that's Fahrenheit. That's freezing. So if we can just stay right now, like you say, it's a beautiful day out today. I think we're like flirting around 40 degrees. The snow's all melted. We had our rain a little bit yesterday, Jay. So today we've got clearer skies, some sun. It's really nice, guys. It's really, really, really great. So much stuff has happened this week. We had an outstanding crossfire, great debates, great discussions on both sides of the coin. And Jay, me and you even got a chance to game a little bit last night. And I'll be honest with you. Sea of Thieves, some great discussion. Shout out to Biggie 2316 too. Hashtag mooching in full effect. But Biggie did hook me up with Monster Hunter World, and it's been the emphasis of my weekend. Loving the game. Thank you, Biggie, for that. But Biggie joined us. We played a little bit of Sea of Thieves. What do you think, Jay? What's your kind of take before we take some live calls and voicemails? What do you think about Sea of Thieves?
See, last night's experience, I don't think I can really judge how I really felt about last night's experience because we kind of got teamed up with a guy that was on PC, and all of a sudden our audio wasn't working properly. Like, we couldn't hear each other in game chat. We had to jump back into party chat. And then we couldn't hear this guy. And this guy kind of knew what he was doing. He had a boat full of loot already. And things got a little confusing at first. But from the little time we played together, it was fun, but I totally see what everyone's points are, that we need more content in the game. There has to be more than just, what do you do on the ship? Let's go get a treasure chest, take it back, get our money. There's got to be more of what I've heard people talk about, better quests, doing monster hunting. I can't wait to do that. I've heard someone say something about, bringing back a foot of a monster or something like that would be a lot of fun as well. It'd be almost like I'm not saying it's like a Witcher, but it's kind of like a little bit like an RPG, but not quite.
Well, listen, I'll be honest with you. There's pros and cons to this beta. And I'm trying to tell everybody this. From what I'm hearing from certain people, I believe Jez tweeted it out once. I think somebody else also that are in the media. And they said, listen, remember something, folks. This is not the game, okay? This is not the game. And I'd like to say, thank God this is not the game. Because there's not a lot going on, right? It's you go out, you grab your treasure, get used to sailing the ship, and then you go back, you turn it in, grab another, link that brings you to another piece of treasure. Listen, this is a true, honest-to-God working beta. This is to find out if what Rare has created is working. And I would say right now, it's working. And that's what they want to make sure. They want to make sure that the active players that are in the sea and the quests and things are being returned. Things are also functioning. The gameplay and mechanics are outstanding. The beauty of the environment that Rare's created is outstanding. The only thing that you can actually sit there and say, well, wait a minute, what is this? What's going on? Is that it seems a little empty right now. But again, this is not the game, folks. This is not what you're going to be picking up on March 20th. You have to keep that in mind. We have been used to for the past few years that when someone releases a beta, it's the finished game and they're doing a last-minute stress test on a small map, right? Or something like that. Like Titanfall, they had a small stress test map. But the game was done. It came out, the beta was like 3 weeks before launch. This is 2 months before the game comes out. There's still a lot of time for them to go in and do things. So you know what I'm saying, Jay? This isn't necessarily the beta we've all come to expect in other games. This is a beta that is truly a test for Rare to make sure that they have all their ducks in order for launch on March 20th.
Oh, no, totally. Like there's got to be more. There's got to be way more to this game. I mean, there's got to be variation in the islands because I find all the islands kind of look the same. Well, there's going to be variation. There's going to be different locations. It's going to be great. It really is.
No, I agree. I mean, that's one of the things that I think is really important to stress. Of course, the media is out there doing its thing too, Jay. They're doing their whole, I got seasick playing the game. I don't know if this is something I can handle. Why is it so empty? And it's like, if us YouTubers, right, and fans of video games, all us gamers know what's going on because Gamer Boss, shout out to Craig Duncan and those folks at Rare, have been very clear what this beta is. Why is it the media has to make snarky remarks towards this game when we know what it is right now, which is a true functional technical beta? It's not a here's the game, enjoy it beta.
Yeah, and I'm getting tired of the people that are commenting on the art style, like going on and on about. I think I've seen some memes going on where it showed, this is what players look like on PS4 in 2018, and it shows a picture of the Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, and then another one says, and here's how they look on Xbox, and it shows one of the barmaids from Sea of Thieves. And I'm thinking, if you don't like the art style, then get out in a boat and look at that friggin' water, because that water is the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen. I like to dunk their heads in that water.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it, to be honest with you. Now, the only thing is this game needs, me coming from being a fan of like a Destiny, okay? What's important for everyone to realize is, listen, Destiny 2, something happened. Something happened tremendously. Just an error went on at Bungie. They lost what happened and what made them so great in Destiny 1. They just don't have that flair, that charisma to come back to the game. That's all lost. But the one thing that Destiny 1, Destiny 2 did that I thought was good was they kept you coming back for dailies. They kept you coming for quests. They had a multiplayer aspect. These are things that are important to keep people coming back for the longevity of a I use non in air quotes, MMO. To me personally, these are console MMOs, things that have you coming in every day, logging in, playing with a group of folks or not, and scaling up, getting different loot, wearing different, grabbing different treasures, putting on different outfits. These are things that are all characteristic of an MMO. And that's something right now that I'm not concerned in a bad way, like, oh no, it's not going to happen. I would just say that my general concern for Sea of Thieves is, are they going to have enough content for me to keep coming back every single day. And, you guys can all say you don't need it every day. You do. You do. A game like this where you have to go in there and keep leveling yourself up and you want to use the hashtag fun, I agree. But you have to at least have dailies, something that is a timed. Like there's some really cool things in Monster Hunter World. Pardon me. They have events, Jay, and you can go in and you can grab these events. And then like February 1st, they wear out. So if you don't do those missions, you don't get the rewards for those missions. And then a new batch will come up in February, probably expiring in March. Right. That stuff makes you want to go back into this living world. And I think that's something that gamers have come to expect these days. They really, totally really genuinely enjoy that.
Yeah, for sure. And then that's like, especially in this day and age with the way the games are being made now, it's basically to keep you in there all the time. So, I mean, if it's not new missions or new, weapons and armor that you can go and find, they're constantly adding stuff to the games to keep people in them because I guess the price of creating games is getting higher and higher. So these developers want to, they want the lifespan of their games to last a lot longer than they used to because if you think about it, back when we were younger and we'd go get a Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis game, I can literally remember on one Christmas day getting Golden Axe for Sega Genesis. I beat it within probably 3 hours, and then I beat it again, and then I beat it again. It was like that was how they kept the game going. But
the way
I was bored.
Back in the day, Jay, that was kind of how like we kept up back in the you go 80s, 90s. That's kind of how it was, right? Yeah. But nowadays, people want, because games are digital and because developers can have an influence on the game after you bring the title home, they want this like everlasting, ever-growing world. I think that's something where like The Division. Okay, and I understand they have steadily having updates now, but you guys have all heard the expression "day late and a dollar short." Right. Okay, there's too many games in our backlog, and there's too many games coming out in the next 3-4 months for me to take this latest Division update and be like, you know what, crack my knuckles, let me get back into this fantastic game they messed up on 2 years ago. It's just too late, and that's what happens now. It's the same thing in sports. It's the same thing in video games. What have you done for me lately? And when you have a game that's ever evolving, like a Sea of Thieves or a Destiny 2, look at Destiny 2. Less than 60 days and the community's left. That's what happened. It's what have you done for me lately? You can't rest on your morals. It's not going to ride you to the promised land anymore. There's too much competition out there. And too many critics. There's way too many critics.
You got to do a big thank you to Stop 6 Doc. Just did a $20 donation. Thank you very much, man.
Stop 6 Doc is an awesome dude. Honestly, really supporting. And like I say, guys, anyone who's coming in right now, Crap is literally trying to get home. His car broke down after work, and he's getting towed and everything to get here. So he is definitely doing his damnedest to get here. I just figured the show, me and Crap have a rule, and Jay as well, is the show must go on. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the show on with Jay, and the minute Crap can join us, Crap can join us. I do want to encourage you guys, call in. There's a lot of people that have had a lot of opinions on Sea of Thieves, the Game Pass situation, and also Monster Hunter World and that Dragon Ball Z, I believe, came out this weekend. There's a lot of people on my friends list playing those two games as well as many others. So feel free to call in. Let's get a live discussion going on. We also have voicemails. Jay, you want to run a voicemail so maybe some people can also think about calling in? Oh, look at that. You know what that silence means? That silence means I probably have a call incoming. May even be Crap. Who knows? There it is, folks. I wish I could come up with the winning lotto numbers. Like I can guess when a call's coming in. Next on M&C Mornings, Mooch's predictions. Come on down, buddy. What's up? Who's on the phone?
Hi, Mooch. Jay, how's it going? Got quite a lot to say today. It's Controller from Xbox Live again. First off, I really think Phil needs to address whether Game Pass is going to Sony or Nintendo. Like, he needs to actually come out and say whether this is actually going to happen. And secondly, what two games would you like to see Microsoft add to their portfolio to round out their genre differentiation? I, for one, would like to see a skateboarding game and a snowboarding game. Thanks very much. See you later, Mooch.
Good question. Personally, to be honest with you, here's the thing, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, Crunchyroll or something like that. Here's the problem. Phil can't come out and say he's going to Nintendo or Sony. put this worry to ease. Xbox Game Pass is not going to PS4. Sony doesn't even want to play nice with crossplay, okay, which is a simplistic thing that keeps their user base on their system, and they don't want to do that. People think because crossplay is working out so well, everything's working out so great with Nintendo and the crossplay that all of a sudden we're going to have this crossplay is going to lead to an Xbox Game Pass on Switch. Listen, never say never. All right, never live in a world of absolutes. But I highly doubt that, especially for the foreseeable future. So don't think you have a Switch at home right now and you're like, great, I'll play Halo 6 on this bad boy soon. That's not going to happen. That's why I don't think you're seeing that. My other thing that I haven't really got a chance to kind of express on Game Pass is I think Game Pass can become an utter success if they get third-party support. Now, hear me out. Everyone that's in the chat right now, everyone's like, Mooch, they're not going to get third-party support day and date. Well, you're right. They're not going to get Call of Duty, okay? Maybe they're not going to get like Fallout 4. But, there's games like Wolfenstein 2 and The Evil Within 2 that both dropped $30 in value 2 weeks after it came out on physical disc release. Why not make negotiations to say, listen, we want a AAA game that's a big name, not as big as the real high ones, but mediocre level. Microsoft pays them $1, $2 for the first month, because the first month is the big release time. For each time someone downloads one of those games, even if Microsoft takes a hit on Game Pass for that month, what it does is it truly makes Game Pass the quote-unquote Netflix. Because Netflix, and we have a call, so Jay, just tell them, hold on 1 second, I have a good thought here, is Netflix is what it is because not only do they have the Netflix original programming, but they also have movies that came pretty much day and date, like, what is it there? Volume 2. I'm trying to think here. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 came out pretty much day and date with the release of it on Blu-ray. So that's something Netflix offered its consumers. If you could have got Game Pass with all of Xbox's first party and then have the Evil Within 2 launch day and date, doesn't that mean something to you guys? That is value. Because Microsoft's not going to be putting out enough first-party games to make Game Pass that relevant. Twice a year, 3 times a year, that's not enough for your $120. It's really not. It's really not, because some of these games you may not want. Maybe you'll only buy one of the 3 games Microsoft puts out that year. But now if you start throwing in third-party games, not the big ones, not Red Dead 2, not GTA 6, not all that stuff, the big name, big budget to a certain degree, but for some reason we all classify them as B-plus games. You know what I mean? Like Wolfenstein 2 was $30 after 2 weeks. Jay, we'll take the call. I don't want to keep them waiting, but I wanted to get that sentiment out to the audience. Hopefully you didn't lose them. I have a tendency to ramble.
Hi, Mooch. This is Angel from Los Angeles. All right. I can't hear you, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about Thieves. Sea of Thieves. I think it's a fun game, and what I like about it is it's a different game. It's different from Gears, the Halos. It's a little bit kind of like has that flavor, has that Fable flavor. The other thing too is that it has a lot of potential, and I'm sure the beta is just kind of like the base game, and there's a lot of potential that they could build on that. That's an option, and that's a good thing. Another thing too is that what do you think about Gears as far as the next Gears? Should they change it up a little bit, speed it up a little bit, make it a little bit more flexible? Maybe they could move a little bit faster. Maybe they could kind of take a chance or two. And another thing too is that Halo 5, I really like it. I'm the original Xbox guy. I'm that guy that introduced Halo to all my friends and all the neighbors. And I really enjoy Halo 5, and I enjoy the original Halos. And I really, really like the Halo multiplayer. I'm still playing it. I probably have 40 days on it, and I think of myself as a casual gamer. Anyway, like your show, lovely show. It's been a year already. I can't believe I'm in. Keep up the good work. Mooch, Crab, Jay. Thank you. Bye.
Jay, I don't know if you've seen check your DMs on Twitter. Crap is, I believe, homie's looking for a link. I think we had the link in the shared DM, but let's get Crap in here ASAP. I like. Thank you. I think that I think Gears does need to kind of speed up a little. I like that point. I like that question. That was something we've talked about a long time ago. That's something that Gears kinds of needs. It needs something. You know what I mean? I mean, Gears 4 was fantastic, but it was Gears 3, but prettier. And don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with that. Because, don't forget, you offend somebody either way. You either have somebody in the traditional column saying, I want it to be the way it was, don't change it. Or you have people saying, I love Gears, but it's time for a change. So you can still keep the dynamics of Gears, but maybe speed it up. The other thing I said was, how many more Gears are we going to go through? Give us some new weapons. That's a sci-fi, straight out of a sci-fi novel. You can have anything in the world come out of that game. I know they threw a couple of new weapons at us, but they were like long distance, and they were just kind of, it was the reach out and explode, kind of like the motion grenade shot, and then there was the buzzsaw. But those are slow, clunkier. They even move your character slower than usual. I think people are looking to kind of have this thing be a little bit more quick. So I'm hoping that Rod and the crew over at the Coalition do make something that kind of re-sparks the interest of new and veteran gamers to Gears. I totally agree with that.
Como stars, bitches.
There he is, the crap gamer with no, don't do that.
Gears is totally alone. Don't mess with it. If it ain't broke, don't mess with it.
It's not broke, but it's not going up. That's the problem. I think that's what the caller was talking about. It's not. You said it yourself, Crap, a couple shows ago. You said something along the lines of, Gears is fine, but you're like, Gears isn't like exploded. And the thing for Gears to explode is maybe it doesn't need anything drastic. Maybe make the guy move a little faster, add a new gun. I don't think that's, that's not a new formula.
New weapons. They always do. So
yeah, but the weapons they added these two we were just talking about, which was like the BuzzFeed one and the drop explosion. That weighed your character down even slower when you were walking with it. And I think he was just saying, he's like, I love Gears. He said he introduced his friends to Gears in Halo, but he was looking for something different. And I was like, well, I guess speeding it up would be something different without really changing the game.
I'm not sure exactly how you speed it up though.
Well, Halo added sprint, right?
Yeah.
And that didn't change the game.
Well, change it to the purist, man. A lot of people hate that,
Right.
For me, it's like
still sold 5 million in 3 months.
Yeah, you still need that to, right. In my opinion, you definitely need that to kind of just be on par with what games are doing nowadays. But Gears, I think that pop and lock, man, that's been, what can you do? Maybe add an extra player.
Right.
I don't know, 6 people. That makes sense to me. I don't think you got to like overhaul everything on that because then it's not Gears.
Right. No, I don't want an overhaul by no stretch of the imagination. But a couple things, like when Halo put sprint in, I loved it. I was like, this game needs that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I didn't have any. I don't think it changed the dynamic. I don't remember getting done with playing the first one that had sprint and was like, oh, that's it. I'm out. This sucks. So I think they have to do something. Like things are always evolving a bit. But yeah, that was the one call. I thought that was a really, really cool call. Somebody named I'm gonna lose their name in the chat here. Flamish Boy, who's called in a bunch of times and done voicemails. He says he's having a hard time calling in. Just try to keep calling in, Flamish Boy. I'm pretty sure you may have just called at the same time somebody else was. Good to have Crap here with us because, boy, it's a lot to talk to an audience call-ins and voicemails. Yeah,
I could have been in 10 minutes ago. I'm like, you guys didn't leave me alone.
Well, once I go live, Crap, I can't. I don't do Twitter, and I even told the chat I can't really talk to them. I'm in thought here. So the link actually was there for you. It was just it's in the
I'm in there, dude. I sent a message. I was like, yo, guys, where's the link? Like the last message was January 25th in the M&C Mornings one.
Oh no, the one for me and J Dubs right here. He sent it at I don't know where the heck he put it.
Yeah, for you specifically, not the one that I can see.
He didn't put one in. Oh, he didn't.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
well, I don't know. We didn't hear from you. We thought you actually were passed on. We were gonna do a vigil service at 2:30.
I was getting a ride in a tow truck. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we didn't know what was going on, dude. So I literally just went live at 12:15.
I was like, damn, man. Fucking Microsoft must have made my damn fuel pump because that shit went out on me like that. You know what I mean?
That is crazy. They're trying to sabotage you.
Yes, exactly.
But it's so funny.
M&C.
M&C Mornings. Oh! That wasn't even planned. That's great.
I know. Who's on the phone?
Who do we got?
Yeah.
Hey, Mooch Grab and J Dub, it's Flamish Boy here. I was thinking I heard the announcement this week about Game Pass, and I'm really excited because first of all, I'm gonna be of the Xbox family in a couple of months. In May, I will get my first Xbox ever. And yeah, I'm gonna play all those old titles, but while I am playing all the old titles, like all the Gears, I have also bought the Master Chief Collection already from Halo, so I'm gonna play those, but also I can play the new games. It saves a lot of money for me. I'm actually very glad they're doing this way. I can see it growing out like Netflix style, but overall I think it's a good thing for Xbox. It's gonna be more of a service, I think, later on, but I think it's gonna be good for Xbox overall because you can have the people that don't really were thinking about subscribing now gonna subscribe, and in the end you're gonna have more people on the gaming sites than before of all the new games. You're gonna have more people online to play with, and that's the kind of thing that I think is good for this service. So yeah, we'll see how it happens, but I think it's gonna be gradually over the couple of years be better. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, bye guys.
Hey Jay, just real quick.
Crackling, or is
that's our second call in a row that's had the crackling. So I don't know if that. I mean, it could be that it was the callers and it was coincidence, but I don't know, Jay. I don't know if you can.
It sounded like it's crackling.
Yeah, actually, you're crackling.
Yeah.
Have one
It's
now.
Jay's fault.
Jay!
No, I
Am I
think
crack-
now it might be good.
Hey!
Talk again, Jay?
So
Yep, there you go. You're fine now. All calls will be fine. All hail Jay.
Yes,
All
good job.
hail Jay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't get enough of it. No, to be honest with you, listen, that caller who says he's going to be new to the Xbox family, that's, I think, where the whole premise came from, was getting new people in the door and that's what Game Pass was mentioned for back in last June. Now what they're doing now, and crap, I know you came in a little bit late. I don't know how much you got a chance to hear or didn't hear. But I was saying, and I know this is a far stretch, but in order for me to think that Game Pass is something that is like relevant and structured for years to come, games like Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein 2. Yeah, I said it right. Yes, thank God. Thank God, folks. Thank you. That's a lot of practicing in the mirror. No, but what I was going to say was those games dropped from $60 to $30 in a matter of 2 weeks with physical and digital sales upon release. I said, you're never going to get Red Dead, GTA 6 or anything like that in there. But if you can get these B+ AAA type titles in there, it gives it a little bit more oomph. Like people always say Netflix, and Crap has made his point very clear. The thing about Netflix is they have their first party movies, shows, but they also get things like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 on day and date of release when it came out on Blu-ray. Those are the surprises that keeps people kind of like, all right, I was going to cancel it, but I'll keep it because who knows what movie will come out next that they might get. That's one of those, like, you keep people on a hook. And that's why people keep gym memberships. It's why people keep these things. They're like, I don't want to be bothered. Maybe something will come down the line. Maybe I will run on that treadmill next month. You know what I mean? So, like,
But
these
they
are the
won't.
bait and hook. But they don't. But they don't. And so let's take that call real quick.
M&C Mornings, what up?
Hey now.
Yellow.
We have a call. Or at least we did.
He was there. It's our
Phantom
old friend,
call?
It's our old friend Jason Jones.
Oh.
And he's
Good old
still
Jay
here.
Jones.
He's still here, but I think he's ignoring me. Or he did something to mute his own mic and didn't know it. I'm gonna hang up on him. Bye, Jason.
Yeah, hang up on him. He'll
Flush
call
him.
back.
See you, Jason.
See you, Jason. We'll get
Come back when your mic works, dildo.
We'll catch you on the other side. But yeah, so I don't know. That was one of the things. We had a couple things that we were talking about. Anthem got delayed. I'm seeing the ticker. Really like the ticker feed, Jay. Nice work. Keeps the news and headlines of things that are updated for the past week for the viewers. I think that's kind of a big deal, only because I'm concerned. We don't know until June gets here what exactly Microsoft has planned for the fall. Now, I know that we all agree that Crackdown 3 moving to the fall is probably not going to be what happens. It's supposedly coming out first half of the year. but I think we need to see something at E3 besides, a third-party marketing deal. And that's what's concerning right now.
Well, I mean, they're probably going to show something that we don't know about for next year.
So,
I mean, they have to.
But what about this fall? What do we?
We're going to have
Forza 4,
Forza Horizon 4. Yeah,
right.
And I think Ori 2 is going to make it out this year too. So
that's what they were saying. I've been reading through the lines, and I'm seeing that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can't sit here and say that that's a bad lineup, because last year we had what? Or this past year it just went by. We had Cuphead, we had Forza 7, and then we also had
Halo Wars 2
PUBG.
and PUBG and Super Lucky's Tale. I mean,
and Lucky's Tale. I think those were good. I think Assassin's Creed and Shadow of War weren't the best to link up with, but I think, as we said earlier in last year, there was nothing left for them to latch onto.
Yeah. So I mean, the funny thing is Sony, their first party is in it. Like, those people are in the middle of a 6-month drought between GT Sport and God of War.
Right.
So, but people don't talk about that.
No, let's not bring that up.
Like, when you do the math, they're in a 6-month drought.
Right.
And their PSN is totally a joke right now. It's been going in and out, man. It's terrible. It's terrible. So
it's been bouncing up and down like a goddamn yo-yo. And I'll be honest with you, crap. It's just nobody's talking. All people say in the media are PSN's down. Don't worry about it. It'll be back soon.
Yeah, but hey, guess what? See if these made me puke
all over the place. I puked all over my carpet, everything. They should have thought about that.
Yeah. M&C Mornings, what up?
M&C.
Hey, good morning, Mooch and Crap. This is Sir X, man. Crap,
Sir
glad
X,
you're
man.
okay.
Sir X.
Sorry about your car problems this morning. I think somebody from PUBG just masterminded and cut your brake line or your gas light or something like that. But my point is, Crap, you did a news report yesterday, and you talked about games with gold being crappy. Shadow Warriors is absolutely amazing. And Split Second is one of the most addictive racing games in the Burnout style you will ever see. A lot of people are going to be hooked on that game when they start playing it. That's about all I had to say today, guys. You keep up the good work, and Crap, I repeat, I'm glad you're okay. Bye, Luca. Thanks, Jay.
Hey, look, he's the second person that messaged me about, because I did just like a regular kind of news video in the middle of the afternoon about how crappy games with gold is, and to me it is. And he's the second person to message me and goes, "Man, Split Second, man, that's the best thing." It's like a 360 game though, and I played it years ago on the 360. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's not a big deal. Sure, some people might hop back in it, but excuse me. It's like those games suck. Like, did you hear the rumor like Sony's getting like Far Cry 4 and some other AAA game?
Well, I'm not going to believe the rumor, but I'll tell you right now that I believe it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's kind of and that's a Game Pass thing. Like, if you correlate it, the last time we got like a AAA game was before Game Pass was announced, and now ever since we've not gotten any.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there, Crap, and I think Noof brought that up many moons ago.
Months ago,
He's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ultimate goal here is, why are they going to give you the games with gold? And Sir X Man, you can't really take away, if you like those games, those are great. But the thing that Sony's been doing the past 3-4 months that Microsoft's not with their free games every month is, I'm not a big fan of the game that Sony gave away this past month, which was Deus Ex.
I didn't even download it because I deleted it off my Xbox to begin with. So
yeah, it wasn't very good, Crap. Even people that love the series said this one was meh at best. So, but what Sony is doing is they're like, okay, it's a meh game, but it's a big name, right? Like Shadow Warrior, you've got to be semi-hardcore to know what the hell's going on with that. Like, most people don't know about Shadow Warrior. It doesn't make the headlines.
I've never even heard of it. So.
I'll be honest with you, neither have I. Now, that doesn't mean that the game isn't good.
I'm sure
it doesn't make headwaves. It doesn't make headlines. It doesn't get attention.
Yeah.
And Sony's good at that. I said it a couple weeks ago, and people were chiming in and writing me over the past week. But like, the minute Game Pass was announced, what did Sony do? We have a release date.
Yeah, good. I mean, that's good on them, though, man.
It is, but they do the same thing. They've been doing it for 3 years. It's what they do. The minute Microsoft has anything to announce, if it's not a release date, Sony announces sales. That's what they've been doing it all generation.
Do Do you think maybe that one was a coincidence, though? I mean,
because no, I think they had that right in their pocket. Crap, they had that right in their pocket. They're like, you wait to hold that ace. You know,
again, though, like I don't. The difference, and not to get into a whole big thing with Game Pass and not Game Pass and stuff, but that's a kind of a key difference between Xbox fans right now and PlayStation fans is, Xbox fans get kind of excited over some, service announcements, and I think PlayStation fans get excited over a game release date announcement. So,
but think about it too. Those correlate together to something else. Crap. You've got Xbox fans get more excited. Services usually multiplayer, right? Longevity in games. Services. We've said features and things. Like look at the features we have on Xbox One. Sony doesn't have those features.
Those features, like something like Game Pass, to be honest with you, doesn't make sense for Sony though. They have single player games where, people would really abuse that system.
Absolutely. You could beat the game in a couple of hours.
Yeah, Microsoft's games are, the idea is to bilk you and draw you in and make you pay and 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 pay because it's an ongoing thing. And so that's the biggest difference. Like that's why like people that are are actually very misinformed if they think Sony or Nintendo give one shit about Game Pass or if they'll follow suit. They won't. They don't have to. They don't have to. M&C Mornings, what's up?
They really don't.
Hey, Crap. Hey, Mooch. This is Arky Games Cast. So, State of Decay 2 is a huge exclusive coming to the Xbox One. And for the audience that is here and the audience that watches GameSpot, watches IGN, do you guys think that State of Decay 2 is going to make a huge impact on the Twitch side, on the media side? Because I see Sea of Thieves blowing up right now. And as an exclusive, I think Xbox needs these games to blow up on the media and on Twitch and on Mixer for these exclusives to sell well. And I think Game Pass, that's like icing on top of the cake. I personally think that both of these big industry-changing moves with Game Pass and also bringing these exclusives into Game Pass, I think that this is something big. And I just wanted to get your guys' opinion, not on the whole side of Game Pass being bad or good, but what do you think Game Pass is going to do for these particular exclusives? Are these exclusives going to sell better or worse being on Game Pass? Thank you, Mooch. Thank you, Crap. You guys have a good day. See ya.
Interesting, Crap. I mean, people have been saying that. They've been saying that this is these next few titles that are coming out from Microsoft are definitely stream-worthy video games. And it is blowing up Twitch. It is blowing up Mixer. Myself personally, I don't know. I think that these Mixer games like Friday the 13th, people are like, Mooch, why'd you come around? Why'd you finally come around and play Friday the 13th? Well, me and Crap were doing a series of Moochie Crap plays or Moochie Crap streams, and that game really worked out well for the time being, but it's a great example even for this question. Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, they're right now the artwork in Sea of Thieves is just downright amazing. And it's beautiful, and people can't get their eyes off of it. I mean, that will wear with time. Remember, folks, that's just the way it is. Like, there's still not a line of people to look at the Mona Lisa every day like there was hundreds of years ago. So, I mean, it's like with time, you'll be like, okay, it's nice. Now show me the content. So, do I think it's going to make a big impact on Twitch and Mixer? Yes, but my answer is yes initially. Yes initially, and then with time, you'll see it kind of dwindle off. And that will all kind of correspond with whether or not Rare has a ton of content. If they have a ton of content, then you'll see it. The longevity will remain. But same thing happened with like Destiny, where it was sparked up to like the top 2 or 3 on Twitch, and now I don't even think it's in the top 20. So, it is what it is. And I'm saying I haven't checked, but I mean, I know it's not in the top 3. So I don't know. That's my take on it. I think that it does have legs for Twitch, and I think that's something they're trying to do, Crap, because they're trying to marry a couple things here. They're trying to marry Game Pass games and Mixer.
A lot of people were saying, where's the Sea of Thieves commercials? The commercials I said would be when we actually got to see people playing it, and that's what happened.
Right. That's right.
The game skyrocketed up Amazon.
Yes.
In fact, I think it's higher than God of War. You know,
Yes.
it's you know, I think Sea of Thieves is going to do extraordinarily well. Obviously, there's you know, I think the game's great. My reservations now is the fact that there's crossplay with PC and you can't turn it off. You know, it's just
Right.
and I confirmed that with Greg Duncan himself. So that's a bit of a bummer because I don't know if you were watching
Yeah.
like some of those streams, like those PC dudes.
We
were just
played with a
taking-
PC guy last night. When I sent you an invite, you were playing WWE. Me,
Yeah.
Jay, and Biggie played Sea of Thieves, and we just had a rando thrown in, and he
Yeah.
was PC. Dude was very nice. Dude was actually quite informative. I mean, he was running a 4-person ship all alone. He
Yeah.
had like 8 treasure chests on there. He was doing the sails, running up, checking the map, going back up, steering, moving all the sails. He was moving sails I didn't know moved. And it was like, wow. And it didn't seem to affect the gameplay at all.
Well, I mean, they're going to be able to run a faster frame rate, and then of course they're going to use like in terms of if you get peer to peer or player versus player situations, they're going to be able to aim better.
Probably, with the
mouse
ships,
and
yeah,
stuff, so.
yeah, ships and shooting the guns, yeah.
They're gonna be able to control the ships better and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So I mean,
yeah, that is interesting to see how they
it
handle
is-
that.
It is like, but the reason why they don't want to cut that out is because nobody's going to buy it on PC, and they want those people
Right.
to play with have people to play with. That's the same reason why we have crossplay with Gears. So
Yeah, you know it's funny, crap. They do have the crossplay with Gears, and you just don't see anybody on PC playing.
you can turn it off. That's why you can
Oh.
disable it. Yeah, you can disable it on Gears, but apparently not with this game. So interesting
Well,
stuff.
it
So-
sounded like when I saw your tweet to Craig, it sounds like not yet, or they're thinking about it. They made it sound like they were monitoring it when you discussed it with them.
Well, he's like, "Whoa, we're always looking for ways to improve." Blah blah
Right.
blah. But it's like, unless people hear, like I said, man, I learned so much with that Crossfire Friday, in terms of what Xbox fans care about.
Yeah.
Like I could sit there and bitch about it, but what's the point? They're not going to care.
No, I think people are ready for a change, crap. I don't know. You know, like I
Yeah,
said,
I
it's
mean,
kind of
what- yeah, I mean, they
see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, man. They're just ready to, just whatever, third party, bring it on, more games. So I mean, it is what it is. M&C Mornings, what's up? Microsoft can do.
Hey,
no wrong, I know
Mooch and
that.
Crap and J Dubs, this is Yahweh from Xbox Live. Hey, I got a question mostly for Mooch, Mooch. I called a couple weeks ago and asked you which console you think would be the first theme console for the Xbox One X, and Crap said it would be Sea of Thieves, and you disagreed with him. Now, since with Sea of Thieves being so popular, do you think they will bring out a theme Sea of Thieves one? Could you imagine that? A skull and crossbone one sitting in your entertainment system? How about it, Mooch? Thank you very much.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I've said that if they did, I would. I'm in the market for another. I've always had 2 of each system. I have 2. I have my upstairs and downstairs where I like to play.
But you already know
And-
they confirmed no special edition.
They confirmed no. I said I would, but I've changed my mind and said I would. But crap's right. They've basically said no.
In fact, I think they confirmed it to you.
They did, yeah. Craig
Yeah.
Duncan wrote to me and said, as of right now, he did end it with the old "never say never."
Yeah,
but
I'm
that
pretty
really,
sure
we're a
that if
little,
they were-
yeah.
Yeah, if they were gonna have something up, they would.
We know now.
Same thing with like a special edition version of the game, like a
Right.
collector's edition. No to that too. So that leads me to believe that they're probably not going to do collector's editions anymore, since they're kind of going with this whole digital aspect. So I mean, that does kind of suck for the. I mean, because Sea of Thieves would have been perfect to do a collector's edition with,
Right.
some kind of ship or
I
something.
totally agree. Another missed opportunity.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, they don't really, like making stuff that we got to go out and buy at a retailer isn't Microsoft's forte anymore. It's more
Right.
about, can we rent them some games digitally or whatever, like,
Right.
because what's funny is, and I saw this article yesterday, was one that basically said, not basically verbatim, was Microsoft have done a good job of reintroducing their original idea for Xbox One, and people are much happier about it now. So, I mean, it just goes to show you what a difference 4 years makes. You know what I mean? Like,
It is.
just wild how things have kind of changed. Just over a short amount of time.
No, I
So-
agree with you, and I think but crap. Like, and I mean, you've had so many sidebars, and we've had discussions. It is interesting, and funny when you say that. I actually sit back and think on the larger scale too. I mean, 4 years ago, right? Nobody wanted anybody to see them. The biggest articles in the media were Connect is spying on you.
Yeah.
Don't forget, they can hear you when you're asleep. And it's like, all right, well, all right, whatever you're talking about. And now everyone's got an Alexa or an Apple HomePod on
Alexa just records you all your shit, like
everything,
all the time.
everything,
So, yeah.
everything. If you've ever given out your luggage code, Alexa has it, folks. So I mean, it doesn't seem to matter. But like you say, what a difference 4 years makes in the mentality of how consumers are kind of changing their mind thought. Now, a lot of times you'll find out crap when we look at history. 10 years has to go by before people go, remember that debacle? You know what I mean? So it's like, remember 8-track tapes? Those things were really cool in the late 70s if you talk to people that are older than us. But like they'll be like, that was a debacle. But it was supposed to be the claim to fame in leaving the records and scratched records and this and that. But it wasn't. So you never know.
Here's the article. It says what goes around comes around. Microsoft vision for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you didn't watch it, you remember the uproar surrounding Microsoft's E3 2013, always online, no use games, mandatory Connect, government spying. We've got a console for those who can't be online, the 360.
Right.
Sony making YouTube videos showing how to share games on PS4. Microsoft message was twisted and then drowned out by a horde of gamers expressing their anger, and at least some of the ire was likely deserved.
Right.
The press conference and aftermath were a disaster. At its core, Microsoft's vision was one we were likely always to get, a world where everything is digital and always active through the internet. It's easy to see why Microsoft expected that to be where we wanted to be. When was the last time you went out and bought a few DVDs or bought a CD outside of collectors? The answer is probably measured in years. Nowadays, you don't own any of your media. Aside from games, we're happy to stream Netflix or Hulu, load up Spotify or listen to music or listen to a podcast.
Right.
We don't expect to own these products we consume, nor do we expect to consume them permanently without reconnecting to the internet.
Right.
Yet everyone is happy. Is gaming really different? The answer is no.
Well, listen, Crap,
goes on to say,
that's interesting. That's a great article. And I'll tell you, here's the thing, Crap. I'm looking at something right now as I'm sitting here in my home. I'm looking at a lot of books. Okay. In my office, I have a lot of books. Nobody buys books. Barnes and Nobles, 2 of the Barnes and Nobles in my area, one's left. The Borders and Books, they're closed. They're gone. If you had told somebody 30 years ago books would be irrelevant, they'd literally laugh at you. So now people are listening to Audible, right? They're getting things on their iPod or their. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah, there's people that do that. I mean, that's fine. I'm kind of surprised that people are so quick to just like, hey, I don't mind not owning stuff now. You know what I mean? Like, especially when everybody threw such a big fit like 3-4 years ago.
Right.
So it is a little bit kind of unexpected. But I mean,
quick. Yeah.
I mean, so like I would have expected a little bit bigger of an uproar because it's easy to see. And even people like Rand and everybody knows that that's what they're aiming for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there won't probably be Xbox games on PS4 because Sony won't allow it. But I bet that they probably, would like it to be.
I think they would like it to be. We were just talking about that just before you came on, Crap. I don't think that Sony doesn't even allow crossplay.
Yeah, like exactly. Like here's the thing: Sony will not allow it. Nintendo might. Like you might see something there. I heard that we're gonna get something about kind of what's going on with their future and this kind of thing at E3. Like we'll know a little bit better. So like it'll be interesting. I don't think anybody has to worry about the Sony stuff, but like I don't think Xbox fans overall care anyway. Like they could put the stuff on Sony and I don't think most of them would care.
I think, well, not only that, I gotta be honest with you, I'm gonna use your sentence for something else. I think most Xbox fans literally after this thing comes out and becomes what it is, I think they still don't care that it's even on Xbox. Like I think we're really listening to Twitter and we're listening to the people, because remember, everybody on Twitter, you're all following Yoshida and you're all following Phil and you're following your favorite people that are in the gaming media and you're following YouTubers, and we're all in the same circle. So you're hearing it regurgitated over and over and over again. But do me a favor: anybody that works in an office or out in the the floor, or you work in construction, or you do anything in the restaurant business, go ask somebody that has an Xbox at home and be like, "Hey, are you getting Game Pass?" They'll be like, "What?"
Yeah, no,
they don't even know what it is.
Dude, I don't think Game Pass is a big deal at all, right? Like, I've come around. It's like that. Why should I get upset about it?
You really should.
Somebody else is, to be honest with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Everybody else, like I mistook the fans as something really like almost a football fan. You know what I mean? Like diehard. But just being on Crossfire and seeing how apathetic most people were and seeing the chat and everybody's like, well, if they go third party, more games for us. Same stuff we heard with Play Anywhere and some of these other things.
Right.
But it's like, look, if Play Anywhere didn't, allowing other people to play Xbox games not on Xbox didn't help Microsoft sell more Xboxes, then I don't know what will. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll try the next thing, put them on all kinds of devices, and we'll see. Maybe that'll sell more Xboxes, right? Who knows? I mean, this world's crazy. Come on.
Well, like I say, here's the thing, crap. In the end,
but what I do know though is that Microsoft makes a right move every time. Every move a right one with Microsoft. You can always count on them.
And with that, we'll take a call.
M&C Mornings, what's up? I don't like to own my games, to be honest with you. I mean, that's a burden coupled with the hassle.
I just want to give my thoughts on the Game Pass. I know a lot of people are for and against it. There's a lot of mixed emotions about it. For me personally, I'm all for it. I live where my highest internet I can get is 12 megs down. That's the highest I can get. I'm paying like $75 a month for 12.
Good Lord.
So this is perfect for me because, streaming's not going to work. I know everybody thinking the future's going to go to streaming. And also, it's hard to get all the games they have a year when I could just pay 10. If I like it, buy it. If not, it's still there. You know what I mean? And the 100 I have, I know a lot of people are scared that they're not going to make consoles and stuff. However, I can go to Best Buy right now and still buy DVDs. I can go buy 4K Blu-rays. They still sell 4K Blu-ray players. Yes, it's a little high, but these hardware and things that have turned digital still there. I mean, you can still buy CDs technically if you want. So I just think this is another open door for them for people to get access to their software. I don't think it's going to go the way that most people think. And when that day does come where we're streaming, I still believe that there's going to be hardware that you could buy. It's not going to be popular like 4K Blu-ray players. I mean, how many really actually has that? But I think it's still going to be there. I don't think that's ever going to go away. I just think the majority of people, will be like on a Netflix service. But there's going to be people like us, old school heads, who got a box by their TV, and our great grandkids are going to come over and, have to fix it for us. So for me, Game Pass is good. For me personally, I know other people may think it might hurt the industry, but I'm not. I'm looking at that. Just looking at me and my family, my kids, and financial wise. And if it so happens to go that way, my family comes first, and what's best for them, not so much helping the company out. And if I can give my kids and myself more entertainment at a better price, I got to do what I got to do. Thanks for everything, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.
Well, that was a great call, and he kind of hit both sides of the coin. That's what I'm saying. Here we are. We're many, many years into the movies going straight to digital, et cetera, et cetera. And like he said, there's 15 rows of Blu-rays and discs at Best Buy, Walmart, and Target. This is not going away. The next Xbox still has
listen,
we're talking about 10 years
even
out.
When they do the streaming, you're still going to have an option not to do that, because look, the streaming doesn't affect us because Sony already does that now and nobody gives a shit.
Right.
It's not a thing for pretty much most of the world doesn't care about that, and it's not about so much internet, right? The problem is when you stream a game that's not locally on hardware, it has to go through wires. No matter how fast your internet, there's still input lag. So even though people are like, oh, well, it's getting a lot better, I think gamers aren't going to ever just totally abandon playing live on a piece of hardware.
Agreed.
For something that has input lag, because we buy the TVs with the least amount of input lag, the monitors with the least amount of input lag. So I do have no doubt that Microsoft will introduce streaming probably to different devices here within the next couple of years, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. And I also, just like Sony's isn't a big deal. Of course, Microsoft will try to make it, to do stream with Microsoft. Any game, Halo on the go on your iPad. I don't know, play like shit, though, because not only do you gotta, because check this out, right? Here's the problem with that. Play with your tablet or whatever. I'm not even sure how that would work, because these games require precision controls, and you're talking about games that maybe would be online. So you need a good online connection and a solid Wi-Fi connection, or a good enough internet just to be able to do this, because you need 3 to 5 megs down to do a 720. You know what I mean? So
but here's the thing, crap. But here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying to you. That's why it really doesn't matter, because PS Now is streaming their games. You have to stream their games to your PC right now.
Yeah,
so you can play PS Now on your PC, and it streams currently. That's your only option. Yeah. And it's not good. So my point being is that, like, if Microsoft does it and it's not good, that's that consumer's problem. That's their problem. That's not your problem. It's not my problem. And it's probably not the problem of majority of people that are in our world on YouTube, Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. The other thing is that the caller that made a good point was, he says, I have to look out for my family. He's right. Now, crap, the only reason PlayStation 4 won NPD in November, sales-wise and hardware, was they basically gave away the PS4. They dropped it down to whatever it was, 189, 179. I think it came with a free thing.
I think there's a good deal on PlayStation 4 Pro right now. If you trade in a regular PS4 or an Xbox One, you get like $350 towards it or something.
Right.
Basically.
This is my point. So what I'm saying ultimately, though, is, see, what's great about this for Microsoft, as far as them seeing numbers they may want to see, is it ultimately, crap, it comes down to just dollars and cents. And I hate it, kind of sucks, but that's the way it is. And it goes for everything: paper plates, tissues, everything else. That's why there's generic versions of everything. So if Sony is putting out their console at $179 in November, and they beat Microsoft that had two consoles out, one being a new release, okay, that just goes to show you the power of the almighty dollar. And now you have Microsoft saying to you, I'm going to give you first-party games with this. I don't think it's going to reach the masses, because I don't think they're going to advertise it right. But that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But
no, they're not going to.
They're not going to advertise it.
Here's the thing, right? Instead, like Crackdown 3 is a hot mess. Like, even though we're going to get it, like, people, that has really bad stigma attached to it. It could be great, but most people weren't going to buy that game. It was going to completely flop. So some of the hardcore probably drop down there 1 month and try it on
Prime
Game Pass.
Gaming in the chat is wrong, by the way, crap. He's saying that PS4 was $199, the Xbox One was $189. PS4 undershot Xbox at the tail end of November to win it with the lowest price. So you're not right there, Prime Gaming. I apologize, but you're not right.
M&C Mornings, what up? How's it going? Hello.
Hi, Mooch and Crop and Jay. Great Canadian web slinger, Mighty Spidey here. First, I have to fulfill my J Dummy requirements. All hell J. All hell J. All hell J. All right. Next, Mooch, I just wanted to know if you talked to Angela Merkel, and she basically told you that it's Wolfenstein and not Wolfenstein, because I'm wondering why you changed. Maybe you can tell me why you changed the Stein. And
did we lose him?
Sounds like we had that Canadian connection going on. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll answer his question. If he calls back, Jay, and he has more, please put him through. I changed the Wolfenstein because, to be honest with you, it was just like, for me, you got to understand something. I wasn't trying to change people's minds. For me, that was just how I said it. I would always say Wolfenstein and like Bernstein, but it is Stein, naturally. I mean, I know that. You don't have to go to X amount of years of schooling to realize it. But also, we have the great Stein that works at Xbox. So I was calling it Wolfen Selfie for a long time. So, yes, thank you, folks, for all of you in the know. That is a great insider joke. Anyway, no, that was the reason. But, Jay, did he call back or did we just lose him?
No, I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of stopped talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he vanished.
How rude for a Canadian, too. I mean, come on. Usually Canadians are like so nice.
Right.
He didn't even say sorry.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. So, damn.
What the hell's with
way
that?
to go. Exactly.
Jay, we haven't done a voicemail yet. So
I know, isn't that crazy?
Well, we've had, listen, me and Jay were talking about this, and it was we were chatting through Sea of Thieves last night. Crap. You know what's great? The show is getting more live calls, which I think is phenomenal.
Yeah,
because the voicemails were kind of cramming at the end. So listen, the voicemails are where you get the game or the prize, but the live voice calls are just fantastic, folks. So feel free to call in with concerns, comments, anything you want to discuss or get off your mind.
Absolutely.
Let's do a voicemail for the hell of it.
Sure, we've got Diggity on deck.
All right.
Diggity.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Dirk Griggity here. Hey, man, listen, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm leaving this message early Wednesday morning. I just wanted to say a few things. First off, let me tell you guys, I am a crapaholic. I don't know if I ever admitted that, but I'm a crapaholic. But
there
of
you
course
go, crap.
I love Mooch, I love Jay, but when it comes down to it, I'm a crapaholic, right? Now, I don't know if crap, like between now and Sunday when you guys are playing this message, if you change your tune when the Game Pass starts. Well, if you haven't, that's fine, man. Still love the show, still love you. But I have a question, man. You've been a WWE fan like myself. Has there, like 10 years ago, did you ever think that WWE would be showing WrestleMania, SummerSlam, all of their big pay-per-views for $9.99 a month? I never would have thought that, but it is what it is, right? They're doing that, and it appears to be they're pretty successful at it. So for Microsoft to do this, I don't think it's really a big deal. I think it's great for the customer. And it's 2018, man. The things are different, from Spotify to Netflix to all of these different ways to get this media. It's just different now. So that's all I wanted to say, man. And I appreciate you guys. Keep on doing what you're doing. Peace out.
Diggity.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like Microsoft is great. They do everything particularly genius. Like this is a genius move. This is gonna sell so many Xboxes. It's gonna be crazy. I'm really excited to see the paradigm shift. Like Microsoft is so far in front of Sony and Nintendo in every way. Maybe not in sales, of course, but just like they're just so far ahead of Sony that it's not even funny, and the paradigm shift and this kind of thing that's going on right now, just absolutely mind blowing. They're just really giving us this amazing, what a savings, right? Like,
well,
think
here's the thing,
about
though,
it.
Kev, if Sony could be the crazy, we've said Sony's a genius, right? Sony put a sticker of Darth Vader on a console, and they were hailed the geniuses of the year. Right.
Oh,
so
yeah. Oh, that.
Don't forget that was amazing.
Pretty genius, though.
Of course it was. Yeah.
Because that came out.
They bought a box. The people brought it home. They did nothing with it after they got that game in there.
Yeah.
And then Sony made $15 off of the sale of the box, and then it just sits there. So
yeah,
I mean, these are the things, though, crap. We kind of have the old, do you want to have your cake and eat it too? What we're seeing right now, and you've seen it, except for games like Halo or Uncharted, or Gears, or maybe God of War, those are the creme de la cremes in both categories. You're seeing a lot of people aren't buying games. So we sit here and we're like, well, how come there isn't more first-party studios? Now, there's a point where somebody says, what are we going to do to start bringing in more money? Because we're not making the money we're supposed to be making. So, ultimately, when it's your job, you've got to come up with something. There's two things. Usually you'll get canned if you don't come up with something at all, or if you come up with something that stinks. So, if you don't say anything at the boardroom for so many years, they're like, well, you're not bringing anything to the table. Why am I paying you a hefty salary with a lot of commas in it?
Yeah, so, man. It's
this is your concept.
Yeah.
And, like I said, Sony put a sticker on a box. Genius. These guys are saying, hey, take our box home and play 102 games.
Yeah, those games that those games that you weren't going to buy. Well, now you can just like rent them for a little bit and
right.
Just enjoy.
But you're not. You're not the customer they're going for.
Yeah, they got me.
Well, they did get you. That's plus one.
Yeah, because I had that free year anyway. Because also more good news. They inadvertently help out M&C Mornings because people were donating these 1 month codes to us.
That is correct.
And we couldn't give them goddamn things away, right?
No.
So now it seems like people are going to really want it. Yeah, it's like, man, this is unbelievable. People are going to want these things now.
Yeah, you say your Game Pass next week, we might have like 400 voicemails.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, because people are in it to win it, man. It's like winning the lottery, dude. Like it's unbelievable, man. Microsoft, so genius. They never make a wrong move, in my opinion. So M&C Mornings, damn, we forgot you were there. What's up?
Come on in. Water's warm.
Hey, what's up, Mooch Crap? It's James 176. Glad to see the Crap Gamer was able to get on. Hopefully everything's okay with you and stuff. I noticed that, I know that they announced that there's 4 million players on PUBG. I'm just curious, do you guys think that they're going to make an announcement, or that if Micah Barr is going to make an announcement at E3, announcing possibly maybe like a 1.0? Just kind of curious because I know that on the PC, I know they have that updated version with the 1.0. I was just curious. Yeah. Okay. Just make sure. Hey. That if Crap has a top 10, just remember, whack 'em up. Bye.
It's funny. I don't think he's gonna wait till. There was a rumor that came out that I guess something slipped on Major Nelson's. I don't know if he's on SoundCloud or what he uses now for his podcast, but they were doing a PUBG. They had a PUBG developer on, and something slipped. Kind of gave people like the did I just hear what I heard? The 1.0 or the new map will be coming end of sometime late February, early March to Xbox. So James, I'm hoping it's way before June.
That'd be
that's a wait. I mean, crap,
Although,
I'm enjoying it, but
it's hard to say that it wouldn't be popular still because people still play. I mean, they still play it on PC with just the one map for the whole year. So I don't know. I would just hope that, man, like those people really got onto something. One goddamn map, this glitchy rubber bandy ass game, and it just sells like hotcakes. It just
Sells
goes
like
to tell you that people will buy whatever shit you put out the door.
That's I'm telling you right now, crap. That's when you ask how much has 4 years changed, you're getting a lot of answers in one sitting.
Dude, absolutely, man, absolutely. You know what? I gotta say though, man, I like the game. It is really a kind of a mess at times, but it's still just a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, well, I want to say thanks to James for calling in. James is an awesome dude. Listen. Oh God, I'm telling you, the phone lines are hot. That's fantastic.
Yeah, man, people are loving this new Microsoft deal, dude. I'm telling you, dude. It's like, I would love to hear their thoughts on how many more consoles this is gonna sell. Like,
I don't know about that crap.
Oh no. This is like, dude. I'm curious to hear how many like if we can kind of put together the amount of consoles Play Anywhere pushed,
right,
and the amount of consoles that Game Pass are gonna push. I think that takes them right over the top.
I don't think they care about console sales.
Down at Sony,
right?
Right. You know what I mean? Like it's all downhill from there, and it's going to be amazing. Like I think we're seeing a real shift here. Like the NPD. What are we in January?
Yeah.
So we won't get this NPD till February. When that January NPD comes out, right? Man, I would expect that we're going to see a big jump in amount of sales, right? I think we're going to see that. It's happening, folks, and it's going to be something absolutely amazing. And then I'm going to sell the Crap is Right shirt for double the price.
That's great. I'll tell you something. Be careful. You might be. If my motto, this has nothing to do with Game Pass. I've said that I think Xbox will steadily start to win out because of the X. Because the X is one of those things where you lose the battle, but you win the war. It takes time for neighbors, friends, casuals to see the power that X has and what it's bringing with the new enhancements in the games.
Yeah.
And so I think you're going to steadily see Xbox start to win some NPDs, but I don't know if that'll be a reflection on Game Pass. I think that's more of a reflection on the X.
I mean, it would still be nice to see people, see the X do well. You know what I mean? I think that would be that, like they're still going to have to sell some consoles, right?
This is true.
Who's going to play your service if you're not selling your console? So even though people might say, hey, they're not really caring about console, you still have to sell your console to sell your service.
This is correct.
Yes.
Can't argue with that.
Exactly. And this is pure genius. M&C Mornings, what's up?
Genius.
Hey, Mooch. Hey, Crap. It's Joseph. My question is about Game Pass, as everyone else is talking about. Now that we're getting the exclusive games going to Xbox and Game Pass, what are the chances down the road for the third-party companies, like all of them, to come together with Xbox and to bring maybe like a $14.99 a month or maybe $120 a year membership fee to get all these third-party games on Microsoft's side, and so we can just install them instead of streaming them? And, because people really don't want to stream as much as games, I feel, because they have to deal with, like, connection issues. But installing them for a fee for a year, I feel like is a better choice. And if I can get like Far Cry 5 or Far Cry 6 or Halo 6 or all those games in the mix of bag on just service for a fee, I mean, I really would rather do that than pay $65 every single time. It would be really great if these third-party companies like Ubisoft, EA, Activision would come together with Microsoft, even Sony, to do it. What's your thoughts about that? All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.
I think that, basically in the long run here, okay, which I'll make very short, is you're not going to see your GTA 6s, your Red Dead 2s, your Red Dead 3 in the future. Those are not going to join this because those people want to make the money they know they're going to make. These are major blockbusters. These games have hundreds of millions of dollars going into development. I was giving Crap an example, and I gave the audience an example when we first started today. You're not going to see major games like Far Cry 5, but maybe you'll see games like I said, Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2, things like that, where we had a showing of a drop in price on these games. A Shadow of War. Okay, if this was, that may have gone in day and date.
I still think that you won't see any AAAs in there day and date because those companies really realize. How many times have we seen it where a company first week the game sales stink and they shut down the company, right? EA Access, like this is why EA doesn't do that day and date, right? You can play it for 10-hour trial or whatever,
right?
But you're not getting the game day and date in the vault because they get millions and millions of sales within that initial launch period, right? This is how they make their money and recoup all that expensive development costs.
Right.
So, excuse me. Yeah. So this is like the problem that Microsoft is going to have is they're trying to do like a Netflix type thing. And Netflix is always adding new content, like all the time, literally, like each week there's something new original, right? Microsoft is going to try to get people to keep subscribing to their thing all year this year,
right?
With basically maybe 4 games,
right? Now the question,
and maybe those aren't even.
He wanted to do like Hitman, right? Or he wanted to do like Telltale stories. He said that he wanted to bring those types of. Now, me and Jay were just talking about this last night, and basically what he came down to was, would that be? Now, myself personally, I'm not interested because I don't really like the Telltale games, things like that. But if they all of a sudden have a company and they announce in June that every month you're getting a Telltale or a Hitman type thing, where every month or 2 months, this is starting to add up to something crap, because now you have the exclusives that you're talking about in Gears, Halo, Crackdown, but then you have these bigger titles coming out, like names like Telltale. That could be something.
The thing is we're going to go into a drought. Like this year,
right?
Okay, because we have games that were supposed to come out the previous years, and so them getting delayed will make it look like we had a really good year this year. Next year, there's probably only going to be a couple of games. Like maybe you'll get your Halo and your Forza 8, right?
Right.
But because of how late they were in signing these deals, I don't really, in my opinion, think you're going to see a ton of games until, that magic 3-year mark where there's probably going to be a next Xbox. And then when that comes out, that's when you probably will see their streaming service take off as well.
Right.
Not saying that you're going to that's not going to affect us whatsoever, because there will be another Xbox.
Yes.
Just they're going to have that. You're going to be able to stream it to whatever, like your PC. Well, no, PC. Here's the thing. Phil already said that PC is going to get Game Pass. The question is, do they put it in Windows or do they put it in Steam? The waste of time to put it in Steam and Windows. I
agree with you, Crap. I agree with you there.
If you're going to put the shit on PC, put it on PC.
You put it on PC. Let's stop beating around the bush here. You're going to go PC.
Exactly.
Go PC for God's sake, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know
Come
what I mean?
on.
It's it's just like, look, you got to trust these guys. Trust the process.
Right.
Have faith in these guys, man. They're every move.
Honest to God, it's funny because
really good.
Hey, Crap, I know you're kidding to a certain point, and a certain point you're not. But my thing is this: like, it's the same thing when we found out that Quantum Break was going day and date to PC.
Oh yeah, I mean that was a bit of kick in the crotch.
Well, yeah, everybody said that was a big deal, but it ended up not being a big deal.
It sold 15,000 copies.
And this won't do anything. This really won't be as. I think you're going to see Game Pass explode. When Sea of Thieves comes out, and then you're going to see it trail off. I mean, I don't think the mass market knows what it is. That doesn't mean that you guys in the chat don't know or won't tell people. And maybe it takes years for them to get down the line, play the game of telephone, but. It's just not going to blow up day one. It's going to be something that either takes a long time to pick up and then it becomes, but without third party crap. And I understand what you're saying. I'm not talking about GTA 6. I'm not talking about these big mega, but if you get like if the Evil Within 2, just for example, went on day and date and Microsoft paid that company for the first month, $1 every time everyone downloaded it, the company's going to take that money. They're going to take that money. And they're going to allow it because that game dropped $30 in 2 weeks because it didn't sell. Yeah. So, I mean, these are the things that Microsoft has to work on.
You're not going to see Bethesda or any of these people do it.
No, probably not.
Yeah,
probably not.
I just don't see that happen. Not only that, but Phil was on Twitter yesterday and he actually commented. He said, well, studios have contacted us and they're waiting and seeing. We're leading with our first party, which is the same thing that he said about Play Anywhere. and there's been 4 Play Anywhere games that were like AAA titles.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like,
There was a similar comment. We do have a call though. Sorry about that,
M&C
buddy.
Mornings,
My
what's
fault.
up? Yeah, people want to talk today, man. That great Xbox.
Hey, what's up, Mooch Crap? This is CV Killer 617X from Boston, Mass. My question is, with Gears of War 5 definitely coming out, you guys think they will keep the Marcus Phoenix story, make a comeback, or will they do one with JD and try to... I think personally, the Marcus Phoenix will be a great comeback with the Locust and all that. And then for Mooch, I have a quick question about the Seinfeld series I just finished. I want to know what's your favorite episode of all time. Crap,
awesome.
I know you don't like my team, but I can't wait for next Sunday, another Super Bowl. You guys have a good one. Bye.
That's so funny. The Seinfeld thing, crap. And we both watch a lot of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know if I can pinpoint like my favorite one. I mean, there's everything from the BBO, which was the bad body odor episode. There was the bet, which is great. I'm trying to think of maybe the pen episode when Jerry goes down to visit his folks in Florida.
I like the Frogger episode too. Where
Frogger's
it's like a human
good.
Frogger, yeah.
Yes.
I like that one a lot.
See, you have to sometimes say it to actually remember.
Yeah.
The actual episode. But some of them are just like they're just so good. And you got to remember, anyone who hasn't given Seinfeld a shot, like it's an older show for
not only that,
young
but if you do watch it, it is widescreen and stuff, so it's not like you're watching.
Right, you don't feel like you're in 1989 again.
Yeah,
so true.
It is. So it's pretty good. It's a really funny ass show. So I just really got to say that.
That's Mocha Smiley hits it right there. That's the bet, the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's great. Crap was saying it just before we took the call. It's really great that the show's evolved into you guys picking up the phone. You know what I mean? It's really
like
great.
it is. Like
that was the thought, right? Crap. When we wanted to do this, we wanted people calling in.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. That's 100% exactly what I wanted. Yeah. So happy to see that.
Voicemails were good for, I think, a lot of the folks that were calling in before. They were like, I don't know if I really want to go on live.
And anything that we don't get to, we can do this week on the M&C Evenings. So,
that's true.
Which is on the M&C Mornings official YouTube channel.
Yes, check that out, guys. We did a show. It was exclusively on there. It was for our Patreon first, but then we linked it. It's on Jay's M&C Mornings channel. Give it a shot. Check it out. It was really fun, and Jay gets a chance to do a little bit of his artistic, his producing, if you will. His producing comes through 1,000-fold on the M&C channel. So,
and the good news about that is that there's going to be some exclusive stuff. I know I've been a little bit busy, but I actually have we have some funny ideas.
Yes.
So like these ideas are stuff that maybe even too hot for the morning time that we do stuff. So there's some funny stuff. So.
Some good stuff coming up. Honestly, it really is. Jay, we can do a voicemail if you want to.
Yeah, definitely. Am I still coming in correctly, guys?
Yeah, you're cracking. I don't know why. We did like an hour before show. One crack.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it's still crackling like this.
Now it's good.
Now it's not.
Yeah, but it seems to change back and forth, right? It's inconsistent.
Yeah, maybe it's what it sounds like. It may be something with the wire. Sounds like it may be a wire issue.
There's no, it's not a wire thing. It's a software issue, definitely.
Oh, that goddamn software. But yeah, well, let's play the voicemail. Jesse, how we're doing?
Okay, so we've got the voicemail that we missed from last week. It's it's Mr. Scorpio 4K60, and I'm ready with the flush.
All right.
Flush it.
Might have to flush it.
Flush it. Flush it. Flush it. Flush it. Get rid of it. I don't want to deal with this voice. Terrible.
Mr. Scorpio 4K60. And I am back from the shadows to talk to you about how powerful the
Biggie says flush.
Flush it.
Flush it, Jay.
Dump it.
So good.
Jesus.
Oh god.
Man, he went down that toilet fast, man. That was awesome. Good shit.
Yeah, light load.
Okay, so why don't we play Gold Lion X23?
Yeah, Gold Lion. He's always a much better caller. Jeez.
Yes, sir.
Mooch, crap, J Dubs.
And Jay,
Look,
in the
this
morning.
is Gold Line X23. Just
Wipe
wondering,
your eye
what do
boogie.
you guys think of the Sea of Thieves beta? Is it worth a purchase? Leave it in Game Pass? what's it called? Also, have you guys played Monster Hunter World or Dragon Ball Z or whatever you call it? This is for all three of you. Let me know your honest opinions on all those games. All right. Anyway, good show, guys. Keep up the good work. Goal line out.
Crap, why don't you take the Sea of Thieves?
I think Sea of Thieves is great. I mean, I don't know if that game's for everybody, but it's for me for sure. It's like transports you to this whole different kind of world, man. This pirate fantasy thing, and it's fantastic. As for buying it, that'd be on you, brother. That's on everybody, whether you want to buy it or just do the free trial of Game Pass when it comes out, or win a code or something. It's whatever you guys think, man. All I know is it's a good game, so get it any way you can get it, and enjoy it, man. It's Rare is back.
Rare is back. I do think Rare is back. I think this is something that puts them back on the map again. Crap. I'll be honest with you. Like, so I went in, played about 45 minutes of it last night. Again, I don't want to play too much of it because my whole thing with betas I think betas ruin more experiences for gamers.
Did you see the data mine that we aren't even getting like 30% of the game in that shit?
Yeah, it's less than. I'm hoping it's even less than 20 from what I heard. I hope. So that's good. We need a lot more from this game on March 20th, and I think we'll get it. But yeah, as far as Monster Hunter World, kind of shout out to Biggie, like I said earlier, Biggie 2316.
Yeah, Biggie was hooking up everybody, but Crap Gamer was stuck.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, yeah, get Crap something. Please.
Yeah, come on, man.
Okay? Hashtag mooching for Crap.
I can't scream. I can't do anything, man. Just
at least Crap's like, give me a fan belt. Give me
come
something.
on, man. Yeah, shit. Crap Gamer.
Give me a fan belt. Listen, Monster Hunter World, I am enjoying it. And you know why? It's because of the multiplayer aspect. If that was a game I had to go through by myself, different tone coming out of me. But I've
Music for Soul says Sea of Thieves looks like a free-to-play game. Then play it on Game Pass.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Problem solved.
Well, Music for the Soul. Remember something though. See, this is the thing. I don't think they really expressed what type of beta they still have, because even when you launch the closed beta Crap, it says alpha on the main screen.
Yeah, because we were insider people, but
is that why? Okay.
To everybody else, it's beta.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just, for some reason, I think people are getting the wrong impression. Think about the last few betas that we've all tried out, Crap, right? Whether it be Titanfall or we had betas for Destiny. You played the actual game. Like, that was the game. It was a piece of the game, but it was the game. Here, this is not the case with Sea of Thieves. This is literally a test. They are testing stuff out. They just threw in a couple of like little rinky-dink missions, and you go out and do it. There's a lot more to this game. The shops are empty. The 4K textures aren't in there. It hasn't been enhanced yet. There's a lot to it, guys.
Yeah, the game looks great too, and it's not enhanced.
And it looks
yet.
good.
It does. Good. That is something to keep in mind as well. M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey now, come on down.
All right. You think this alliance with Nintendo will amount to anything? Because it kind of seems like Sony's really being left out in the cold, which kind of sucks to see. It's also Michael from nowhere. I just want to know what you think. So, thanks.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think there's this. Look, it's too early to say, right? You say something now, people are like, "Look, Mooch, you said 3 years ago this wouldn't happen." All right. Well, I don't know. I can't really predict the future, but I think everyone's a little too excited about the fact that Microsoft and Nintendo are doing crossplay and leading that to be like they're going to unite. I don't think Mario's going to be in a Halo game anytime soon.
I don't know.
So,
I don't think it would be that way. I think it would be pretty one way.
It would be pretty one way. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and anything can happen with that. I said, I don't think we'll see anything on PS4, but
no,
per Phil and per the devs of Sea of Thieves, they want that game running on a quote unquote potato.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you do that for a reason. So who knows, man? You could see some of those games on Nintendo sometime. Actually, funny story is Rare has done Nintendo Game Boy Advance games and like a DS game or something while they were owned by Microsoft. So, you could see it, man. Like that game is all about keeping that world populated and stuff. So why wouldn't you try to get it on as many platforms as you want? But I do know one thing. Xbox fans would be perfectly fine with that. And that would be the right move for Microsoft. 100%. Whatever they do is the right move and is the move that I 100% back. And, they're for the players and for the fans. And so is Crap Gamer. So you guys got to remember that, rack them up.
Your sarcasm's almost as good as David Spades and Tommy Boy. It's great. Remember,
No,
he's
man,
like, that sounds sarcastic. He goes, I hope so. I'm laying it on thick. So, I mean, I don't know, crap. Remember, you do have to remember something. When you're discussing like the general consensus and what you say you're quote unquote seeing, you are seeing it, but it's a small group of folks. Game Pass and Microsoft making these moves today and probably for the rest of 2018 doesn't make a huge difference unless this is all marketed correctly, and we know how marketing goes over there.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they say E3. This will be the most interesting E3 that we've probably had in a long time.
Yes, it will. It's definitely going to be it's a make or break E3 for sure.
We've gotten a lot of promises. They got to get out of that scared mentality where they're afraid to announce something. They got to come out, announce stuff.
Agreed.
They've got to be on the ball. Show us some kind of roadmap. We've got to see something. Whether these games go everywhere in their grandma's house, that's fine. But they got to at least show us fans something. We're the hardcore. We're the ones.
I agree.
And I've said this. I said this on Crossfire. I said it multiple times. Yeah. Man. We're invested. Thousands of dollars deep into this ecosystem this generation. Like I said, I bought an Xbox One for $500, an S for $400, and an X for $500.
Right.
So, and that's not counting all the software, the Elite controller, the other controllers I bought. It's thousands of dollars, right? Like they deserve to show the fans a roadmap of what's going on. If they're gonna put shit on the Switch, then let us know, right? Like I'm sure, like I said, everybody's gonna be fine with that anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I do agree with you, crap. I think it's time to stop with the Ovaltine decoder rings.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I would say. I really do hope when he gets on stage that we hear what the plan is for all of this. Like, what's the end goal? What is it you guys plan to do? Because, even Nintendo doing their Nintendo Directs crap, I don't care for that. They come out, they show one game that's coming out in 2 weeks, and then they flash a Metroid sign, and then they're like, we out! They just leave. You're like, well, what happened? What's that mean? What happened? You're like, well, talk to you in 4 months. What do you mean you talk to me in 4 months?
Yeah, like how much did the Microsoft employees really pump up the Switch, man? Like they were all like advertising it like crazy.
Oh God, yeah.
Phil's had like meetings with Nintendo and stuff like that. So it could be, that I could see something like that happen. I don't see the Sony thing just because of Sony,
right?
But I think that Microsoft would love.
Yeah, Sony does not want anything to do with Microsoft. That is for certain.
Exactly. M&C Mornings, what up?
Arrgh, this is Captain Barbosa. Good morning, you scallywags. Hey, Crab Gamer, how many hours do you think you're going to put into Sea of Thieves? Have a good morning, guys, and have a great day. Captain Barbosa, out.
It's very good.
Man, I'm going to put in a lot, man, especially if, like, if you're playing and, Mooj, like, I could just see myself. There has to be at least one other person I know playing, though. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that. So,
I would say that, right, Crap? That's not a game you want to just get immersed in all by yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, you can if you want to go complete a mission.
To be honest with you, just me and Grave were just playing the 2-player stuff, and that's fun and faster, actually.
I can see 2 being a lot of fun.
It was like we were having a good time. It's easier to say. Not only that, but apparently that cursed treasure chest sinks your boat.
Do you know if it's cursed or you don't know till you get it out there?
It starts crying and shit.
Oh, okay.
And we were wondering why we were sinking. Apparently, that's what happens, man. The cursed treasure.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I was gonna say because I
lost treasure because of that shit.
The guy yesterday we were playing with had 9 chests on the damn ship. I even said to him, I go, well, when are we gonna bring these back? He goes, we only got when we went out again. He goes, we only got 5. We gotta get another 4 or 5. I'm like, we're gonna get jacked.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Or if your ship goes down, you lose all that stuff. You lose it all.
Right.
It's insane, man. It's absolutely insane.
So, I think that's an interesting point there, Crab. An interesting question. I think you're going to put, shout out to Graves. I think that, I'm definitely going to put in a quality amount of time when it comes out, Crap. But I say, the question's going to be not day 1, not day 7, but day 30. I can't wait to have the conversation with everybody on the show. And we talk about how we react to Sea of Thieves 30 days after playing it. That's going to be the fun discussion to see if
I think that it'll do well. So I mean, I it just depends. And I'm hoping that it does well.
Me
Rare
too.
needs it to.
Rare needs it.
Yeah, they need it to do well. And I mean, who knows? We probably won't. They won't say any numbers or anything, but I'm sure that they'll give us some kind of propaganda.
We'll know just from the way things are, and you see your friends listen, the way you see things on Mixer, and the way you see things on Twitch. You'll know if it's been a success or not.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, absolutely. M&C Mornings, what up?
Hey now. Come on down.
What up? How's it going?
Oh, I'm here. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Mooch, Crap, J-Dubs? This is Oleg Steve here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nice.
We lost them.
Yeah.
Bermuda Triangle.
Are we on? Oh, it's my phone. Hold on,
waiting
I'm
for-
sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead, dude.
Okay, hey, what's up, guys? Mooch, I finally moved back to New York a couple weeks ago.
Oh, let's
yeah, man, it feels good to be home. Hope you guys are doing well. Gosh, I hope you guys don't do a 14 and a half hour drive because it was something. But yeah, just it feels good to be back. Mooch, look, you ever want to grab a cup of coffee or something, chill, I'm down. Shoot, as gaming related, anything gaming wise, I would say, shoot, you know what? It might be the new year, but shoot, shit's already going down in terms of the Xbox hate. I mean, it's not gonna change. And I remember on one of the podcasts, you guys were talking about how now that Xbox has the software, what's the next thing that they're gonna say? You know what I mean? And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the next thing the media is gonna come up with, but I mean, let's just prepare ourselves because 2018 will be no different. It might be a new year, but there's still gonna be a lot of hate, even if Xbox does well. So, but really, I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry for cutting in and out. I'm having problems with my phone and shit. But anyway, you guys have a good one, and yeah, I'll be online soon. See you.
Nice. OLED Steve with a call. Some technical difficulties early there, but I mean, in all honesty, he's right. Let's just call a spade here. Crap. You say everyone's rah, rah, rah. That's fine. I guarantee you once this thing hits on March 20th, they're going to be like, the media's going to have something bad to say. Like, you know what? I turned on, I looked at my electric bill and the streaming. I'm streaming too much, or I'm downloading too many games now.
There's not
Microsoft forced
anything anybody
me.
bad can say about it. I mean, honestly, how can anybody see?
Oh, you haven't met the media yet. I'll introduce you guys later today.
Like honestly, like
definitely they hate us.
People would know though. I mean,
Yeah, they hate the Xbox brand, man. There's something that'll come up. It'll be something. Hey, listen, we remember the energy saving, the instant on Xbox?
Yeah.
They had articles upon articles that instant on was charging you maybe upwards of $250 extra. That was if you had your blender, microwave, and toaster all plugged into your Xbox too at the same time.
Yeah, it was
right?
It was pretty shitty.
Oh,
but,
crap.
I mean,
When there's a will, there's a way.
Hopefully we don't see that much more of that. You know what I mean? Look,
right.
Console war is over. Like people
Right.
have to relax on that stuff, like media included. Like, damn, there is no console war.
What do you mean the war's over? I just got my helmet.
Oh, damn, I see that, dude.
Just put my helmet on.
But yeah, there is no console war, because it takes multiple people to dance the tango, and
right.
One of the people has bowed out. So you don't really, and Nintendo does their own thing.
Yeah.
So it's really just Sony, and then like Nintendo doing their own thing, and then Microsoft. Like we probably won't hear much in terms of numbers at all. Like I think the only reason why we're hearing the PUBG numbers is because Bluehole likes to talk numbers.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? They love numbers. You know what I mean? They're like, they would actually be a perfect partner for Sony.
Yes. Yeah, they would be. Bluehole and Sony present numbers.
We've got
every 1st and 7th of the month.
18 millionth. You know what I mean?
They do that. They're like addicted to telling numbers. J-Dubs, have you got another voicemail? Oh, you know what that sounds
No,
means.
definitely no. I do have voicemail. Sorry about that.
All right, I didn't know if you're on the phone. I was like, sometimes that does happen.
Yeah, sometimes I'm jumping around here. So we've got Jay Yoon.
Okay, good.
Jay Yoon, very cool. He won a few weeks ago.
Good morning, Mooch Crap, J-Dubs. This is Jay Yoon, 01, taking some of your advice. Don't have the windshield wipers going. Trying to be a little more upbeat. Got some new headphones to record on my iPhone, so hopefully everything is clear. So I just want to get your thoughts. So with E3 coming up, Microsoft's, would it be better for them to go with, at the beginning of the show, new console exclusives, IP, blow everyone away, and then the rest of it is just people are so stunned and so excited. The rest of the show, they can just kind of go through the motions, just do what they normally do, go through, of course, the indies. Or should they wait till the end and then start revealing their console exclusives? I'm hoping that it's the first, because if they wait till the end and it's a dud, like they don't show anything, it would be pretty disappointing. So just wanted to get your thoughts as far as which would be the better approach. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
Crap, do you know what he's saying something about the better approach, whether or not they have the games at the beginning or the end, like as far as launching first-party games?
Was he meaning like indies?
That's what I'm wondering, because first-party games are clearly explained. Did he mean indies? Jay, did you see what he was saying there? I didn't pick up the actual question.
Sorry, I wasn't even really.
I think he was asking like when they're gonna have the first party or something, right?
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the case, I mean, this has been out there. You have the first-party games go day and date, and they're supposedly never leaving Game Pass. They won't be rotated out. Those are permanently in the Game Pass system as far as first-party games.
Yeah, I mean,
which is like you said, Crab. You even
like
said in a tweet. You
Netflix,
said
yeah,
Netflix
like
does that. They're not going to take
they're-
their exclusives out.
Yeah, that Netflix doesn't
guys,
take out their
I've got a really serious question about Game Pass. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for instance, I download a third-party game. Let's take, for example, say that they have Need for Speed in there. I don't know if they do or not. Okay. So I download Need for Speed, install it on my hard drive. Okay.
Yeah.
I play it constantly. It's one of my favorite games. I play it for a month, maybe 2 months. The third month, they decide to take it out of Game Pass. Does it automatically stop working on my
Yeah,
machine?
it'll tell you to install a disc if you have to disc to put it in or buy it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but I think they give you some kind of deal or whatever. If
Like 20%.
and they give you some kind of warning as well. I mean, Microsoft on the ball. They're every move a right one. I cannot stress that enough, people. This E3 is going to be magnificent.
It has to be.
Absolutely. It's going to be one for the ages, folks. If I could be there, I would be there, because this one is going to be the one to end all E3s for Microsoft. And exactly.
Perfect timing, Jay.
Exactly. And we're going to get some megatons, and that's exactly what Microsoft needs, right?
Yes.
They've got everything set up, the hardware, the Xbox Live, supposedly we're going to get a new controller. So now we just need that software, and they need a lot of it.
Well, that's, Jay was talking about that. Jay, you were kind of speaking to that yesterday. That was your whole thing. You said you were expecting to see, not expecting to, I should say, you're hoping to see, in order for this to be the path they're going to go down, that they're going to have steadily releasing content.
Exactly.
In order
Same
for
as
this
Netflix.
to work.
Same
right.
as Netflix.
It has to be.
Yeah.
You said monthly. I thought that was a bit ambitious.
Well, yeah,
I would
like
say
maybe every
3
couple months. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, like Netflix is constantly working on things behind the scenes, and all of a sudden,
Right.
they announce one of their Netflix originals that some people didn't know about. What if Microsoft comes out on E3 and says, we've been hard at work in the last year or a couple of years getting our developers ready for Game Pass, and we guarantee we'll have a new game, new series that comes out every couple months, so it keeps people interested and keeps people coming back.
And to keep in mind, folks, that's not going to be a AAA game. It's going to be like a Telltale or something like, a lower dumbed down Hitman. And that's my whole thing is I think that's
And not everything on Netflix is AAA.
No, it's not. Boy, is that the truth. I mean, some of these original things by Netflix look like they're filmed in my yard.
I don't think they have any thing like that, right? Like this stuff that's going on right now is one of those situations where they were honest about it, right? Like they had to wait till Phil got in a position that he's in. You know, he said that they signed deals just like, what was it, late last year or something. So I honestly think we're a few years out.
Well, it depends, Crap. If these are not AAA, let me tell you something. There's a reason Telltale has had a new story out every 6 months. It's not that hard to make that, So if they're Telltale style games that are going to get people, and
I think that's a big deal, though. I mean,
well, you say that, but you love them. You know what I mean? Like there's people who love them.
I like them as like a little $5 thing because I hadn't got any gamer score in a while and got 200 by beating the
I
newest
noticed
Batman
you played the
one.
Batman. But I mean,
you know
like
what I mean?
that keeps you enthralled. That keeps you in the seat. Me, that doesn't do anything for me. But I mean, there's people who would actually be like, well, guess what? Not only am I getting the games with Game Pass, now I'm also getting a free 1,000 gamer score every month. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big deal to some people. Again, not me, but other people care about that. And I've been definitely proven that a lot of people go out there looking for gamer score.
I mean, here's the problem is Phil said that they're leading Game Pass with their first party first, which that's their that is their their weakest point right now. You know what I mean? So they have to really go out there and show people that they're for real. Because here's the thing, anybody can sign up for a month at a time, or you know what I mean, or for a try, you know what I'm saying? Like when the exclusive drops. Because if you're only if they're only coming out with 4 big exclusives that somebody wants to play, then each month that one of them comes out, just drop to $10. That's $40. That's less than the 120.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You're getting 4 games at that point for $40 because you're going to play them and be done with them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to need something to make you go, well, okay, Crackdown's coming out in August, and then Forza's coming out in September, and then this is coming out in November, and then this. You know what I mean? It's got to work like that. You got to have a plethora of new exclusive content.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. That's the only way this model works. Then you go for $120. It's a steal. The fact that you're going to get Crackdown, State of Decay, and Sea of Thieves, and that's all. And if Phil doesn't have quite a press briefing at E3, I told you, it just goes away. This will all fizzle out because people are not going to get.
With you, like Crackdown and State of Decay 2 are probably just ho hum to most people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, let's be honest. I said this all along. Sea of Thieves, now a lot of people are getting their eyes on it because of the beta, okay? Yeah. And Rare's a big name, okay? People can say whatever you like. You like Rare, you don't like Rare. They're still a big name. They're a contender, okay? But they're a contender. They're a contender. Somebody get me Don King. Listen, the thing about it is this, though. State of Decay 2 is not a contender. It's not a big name.
No.
They're basically an indie that was thrown a ton of money by Microsoft Studios.
Yeah, it was an arcade game that now is getting a sequel. It's a full game.
Exactly. So. That's why you're seeing a lot of people jump for joy right now with the Game Pass in the hardcore district, because they're like, geez, I didn't even think I was really going to buy Sea of Thieves, or I don't think I was going to buy State of Decay till that thing came down to $10. But now for $10, I'll play it. So here's the thing. Believe it or not, Microsoft, for these 2 initial games, maybe making out like a bandit with the rush of people going to Game Pass. What I'm saying is, if they don't have a plethora or a plan, like you said at E3, if they don't have that, people aren't going to just like log on for these, or they'll just do these smaller games that people don't know about. But like myself personally, and I've had so many people writing me with the whole thing that's been going on lately saying, Mooch, I'll get Game Pass for the months that have like Sea of Thieves and State of Decay, but I'm owning and going out and buying Halo and Gears. So, like, that's what I'm hearing a lot of people say. And they kind of said what you said, Crap. They said, well, if I have a year subscription, I'm still going to go buy the disc or buy the collector's thing for Halo. And then, my lazy butt, I don't have to get up because Halo 6 is on my Game Pass too. But I'm still buying it. So those people are double dipping. There's a lot of double dippers. Okay? Yeah. And you don't double dip a chip.
I know. You know what? You don't double dip a chip, but here's the funny thing is I was one of those people that used to.
Yes, you did.
If I bought something digital, as first party anyway, I would buy the actual physical.
You would have double dip on a lot of the games.
Yeah. So, I mean, but I'm probably not going to do that.
No, you're not.
Just because, like I said, I had that free year of Game Pass. So there's not really any point. You know what I mean? Like, part of me is like, well, man, you should really still support these games. But then part of me is like, this isn't what Microsoft doesn't want me.
And you have a right to feel that way, Crap. But there's no right or wrong there. My thing is this: when it comes to Halo and Gears, you gotta call me old fashioned. I want that. I want to own that. Yeah. But when it comes to like State of Decay 14, I definitely don't need to have it in a physical copy. Yeah. And I don't know if I really need to own it. So like that, but let's be honest, Crap. Let me be really frank with everybody. If this was a situation where I wasn't on YouTube, I wasn't doing Twitter, I wasn't talking to the fans like we are, I don't know if all 3 Microsoft IPs that were coming out this year, forget Game Pass. I can tell you right now, 2 out of 3 I would have bought, and as the famous Meatloaf has said, that's not bad. Yeah. But I mean, I would buy 2 out of 3, but one of these wouldn't. So that's why you're seeing a bit of this enthusiasm. Is you have people right now, Crap, that are strictly consumer based, okay? And they're saying, I would have maybe bought 2 or 3. Some people are like, I would have only bought 1. And now you got them saying, I'll give Microsoft $120 and enjoy all 3. Because Now Microsoft's actually guaranteeing themselves 2 out of 3. That's why I'd have show up on E3. I'd have Meatloaf on stage. You know what I mean? Have him sing a rendition of 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Shit, I'd be there with a lip match.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how that goes. I mean, I'm interested. Like, the funny thing is, we will never know really how it goes. So, I mean,
you say that crap. We're not going to get numbers, but you are not. We're going to know. We're going to know if this thing has been working out or not. You found out that Play Anywhere wasn't. Like, you're going to find out.
They kind of were like, hey, yeah. Somebody asked them, like, hey, well, have you guys seen any kind of conversion from Play Anywhere? Meaning, did people who bought it on Xbox play on PC, and did people who bought it on PC play on Xbox?
Right.
They're like, no. There hasn't really been any of that. So, yeah, we know that, and we also know that that people, like overall, console gamers game on console, PC gamers game on PC. So
absolutely.
That was always kind of a game. It's like, remember I told you years ago, I said this same thing that I'm saying about Game Pass. It's not a big deal.
Right.
Some people are gonna be like, holy cow, I'm saving tons of money. Great. Hey, cool for you. But in the grand scheme of things, it's really not going to be a big deal. Like, everybody's like, 10 million people are going to subscribe. Bullshit. There ain't going to be no 10 million people subscribing to that. Not when it's just on Xbox. Hell no.
Yeah, no. That's farce. I mean, guys, you have to remember something, especially with the idea of marketing and how things are actually Microsoft has they just haven't done a good job of marketing. And I mean, that's just the bottom line.
That's not going to change.
No, it's not. Nothing.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I actually like Greenberg because he's the one with the little bit of balls behind him. He's out there.
He is.
Really love our console exclusives that we've launched. PUBG, Cuphead, Forza, and now on the Sea of Thieves and State of Decay.
And he dresses the part and tweets it out. Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, that guy's the one, that guy's got some balls,
He does.
So he just didn't have really the budget or anything to kind of.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, here you go. If you make a radical change in any business, you've got to be ready to advertise it.
Yeah.
Like when
go
ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's just one of those things where people don't realize that, like, we see it. We're in the know. We're the vocal minority. We're in the know. We're like this hardcore group. The people watching our hardcore group. The average person, they don't know anything about EA Access. They don't know anything about. They don't even get their games for gold games.
Right.
They're not going to care about Game Pass. Yeah, it's advertised. Play some games for in the past. Like, they don't care though.
None of my friends that are casual gamers, none of them have EA Access crap.
Exactly.
None of them. None. And I mean, Jay last night said to me, J-Dubs, he says to me, Mooch, he goes, EA Access was great for me this year. I said, really? What's that? Oh, he goes, just the fact that I was good. He goes, I was going to buy Titanfall 2. I got Titanfall 2 in the vault. And he's like, I got, discounts on other things. He goes, it paid for itself in one game. And I said, well, hell of a case. But the thing is, though, I turned around and I did tell some of my casual friends that play either only Destiny, only Call of Duty. I told them about Game Pass. They were like, that's a really cool idea. I go, are you buying? They're like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so my whole thing is that, like, it's not a negative. It's just saying you're hearing people that are saying, I was going to buy some of these question mark new IPs in the sense of Sea of Thieves. I was going to buy State of Decay, but I was kind of on the fence. Now people are like, for $120, not only do I get those 3 games, but there's crap. I went through the list. I mean, Devil May Cry, the remasters are in there. There's a bunch of different games that are in there for people that like games that they're going to go, you know what, for my $120, I'm going to get some other games out of this for a year. Yeah. Or they're going to do it a la carte. Do you remember the big to-do we had on this show? It was such a great show. And I was telling people, no, excuse me, it was Xbox Nation. And we were going back and forth, not me and you. I think it was me and She-Wolf and me and GKB. They were saying it was really good for people to try EA Access at $5. And I'm like, no, do the 30. It's a year. Even if you flush $30 down, like Jay said, you get one game, you'll be in good shape. There's going to be a lot of people like She-Wolf and GKB were saying that are going to end up doing this month by month, paying the $10 as they go and finding out if this thing works or it doesn't work. Yeah. And ultimately, crap, if you buy 1 month, right, and you end up liking Sea of Thieves, then you go, I don't know if I want this for a full year. I'll buy another month. If you've bought 2 months and then you buy a year, now you're giving Microsoft $140. So, I mean, it just keeps plateauing for them depending on what, and the gamers will make their way to what makes sense for them.
Sure. I mean, we'll probably see some kind of tier talk at E3, which doesn't
right.
me. Buy the Super Deluxe Gold Pass for $259 a year and you get EA Access.
And
Game
Gold.
Pass, and Xbox Live Gold,
Right.
and Groove Music. Oh well, not Groove Music, but it's like that. That's probably what they'll do.
Right, and you can play it on your Zune. I mean, no.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh damn, man, we had to go there.
Should have listened to Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You get a free Connect game each month. Oh
Great.
damn! On your
Free
Windows,
Connect game.
we'll send you a free app to your Windows phone. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
No,
man, never mind.
Let's
Try
get
something
another
else.
voicemail because I know we
Let's
got
do a
couple
voicemail.
left.
Yeah, we have a few.
Sure, we've got 2 left. Let's do Mass Murder. We haven't heard from him in a while.
Nice.
Good morning, Moods, Crap, J-Dubs. It's Mass Murder again. Just had a question for you. What's the big announcement from Xbox concerning digitals? Do you think they're going to allow you to share your
that's voicemail.
game you bought with people on your network, or what
That
do you
would've
think's
been
going
nice.
on? All right, I'll listen to the answer off air. Have a good one, guys.
What did he say, Crap? I couldn't hear him.
He was saying, "What do we think the big digital announcement was going to be?"
Oh, he must have sent that in prior.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this much. I'll pose a question to you, Crap. What do you think? Someone was asking me, can you game share Game Pass?
Yeah.
You can, right?
Yeah, well, I think how it works is if you download the game, then
Yeah.
they can download the game. They can't go into Game Pass.
Right, so they can't
And-
pick.
Yeah, like if I had there's been times where I had EA access and Hellhammer didn't. If I download a game,
Right.
he can download a game and play it.
Right.
But he's not able to go into EA access and do that. Download it himself.
Well, hot dog, we have a wiener.
Nice.
That's awesome, Jay. Who won, Jay?
His name was Thomas Robinson. And he just called in. He didn't want to say anything. He just wanted to take the prize. So congratulations, Thomas.
Nice work, Thomas. Yes.
Good stuff.
Very cool.
Man.
Very cool.
Good stuff.
I mean that's kind of. I guess that's kind of neat. I think that's more neat for people in a home where you say you have your home Xbox upstairs, like what you and Hellhammer do. Actually, I think is perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have 2
Yeah,
Xboxes
we
in the
do.
house.
I mean, thank God for that, or I wouldn't have Monster Hunter. Woo!
Right,
man.
I don't even know how you slept without knowing that.
I know, right? Like, holy shit! Like, all the games that I buy.
Of all the games he buys,
You
he
could
keeps
buy.
buying games you don't want.
Yeah, it's like Monster Hunter. Are you serious? Like,
What was the other one he bought?
man, he buys like weird.
I think he bought you Cuphead though, didn't he?
No,
Or
I
no?
think I bought Cuphead.
Oh.
He did buy Mafia 3.
That's it. Yeah, Mafia 3. You're like, oh, thanks a lot. Thanks a
that
lot.
was a really good game, though.
It was.
So,
It
yeah.
was.
So I enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite games, man. I even love that game.
You know what's funny?
Amazing.
You don't see a lot of people. It's interesting that you can see people what they're playing on your friends list, and you see the same games all the time, don't you, Crap? I mean, you see the same games every once in a while. I get amazed when I see somebody playing something just out of the blue. Like shout out to Iceman and shout out to TiVo. Those guys are going through the entire Resident Evil collection. Crap, I don't know if you've noticed that.
I have the collection, but yeah, shout out to
They've
them
gone
for
through
doing that shit, man.
everything. Crap, every night. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're not beating them in one day. They're playing through them. But that is awesome. And my hat goes off to seeing guys that go through and play through games that they normally wouldn't. And they're like, yo, you know what? Are you a fan? I'm a fan. Let's run. Like me and Crap, I got to be honest with you. And I saw your video, which kind of bummed me out. Your video was talking about like 343. And I think so. The way, and tell me if I misheard your video, but the way I took it was, it looks like we're not going to be getting Halo Master Chief Collection in 4K for a bit.
Yeah, they're going to keep us updated though with that stuff. So there's.
I mean, I
at
want
least,
that. Man, I mean, that
would be nice. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it. Man,
that
when
would
I saw
be
your
damn
video,
nice, man.
I was all excited, and you were very positive about it.
Yeah, because we probably aren't going to get a regular Halo, so it would have been nice.
Yeah, but I mean, don't you think if Forza Horizon 3 could come out, like, why can't we get that 4K patch from 343, like, at least before June? It sounds like it may come out in the fall.
Because it sounds like that this was a bit of a rush, right? Like, we theorized about that last year, remember?
Yeah.
When they announced it, we were like, I wonder if this is because, they don't have any Halo coming out this year. And that's probably it. But, I mean, that's okay. Wait and get Halo done correctly. You know what I mean? Like that to me is the most important thing.
I want to run through Master Chief Collection with you, Crap. To be honest with you,
dude, that would be cool because there's still some I got to go through. Yes. Even I got what is that? ODST. Remember they gave it to everybody?
Yep. Now I played them all, but you know what's funny? I think there's 4,000 or 5,000 gamer score. Here's a sad fact.
At like 400 or
Yeah,
something,
it's like
right?
I think it's a total of like 600 gamer score. I beat all of them. Like you don't get a lot
Yeah,
for just going through them all. I don't know what else you got to do.
If you play them on the harder
Yeah.
levels, if you beat if you can beat them on the, or you go through on the super easy levels and beat the par times, then they throw like 20s at you. So
Okay, yeah, because a lot of them are 5s.
Yeah.
But yeah, no crap. Because I beat it on hardcore or hard, but there's legendary that my God, man, I tried legendary. Legendary is alone. Woo.
Yeah, well, like on Halo 3, I've beaten that on Legendary. Halo
Nice.
4, like on back in the day, I did Halo 5. No,
Halo 5, I got to halfway through.
we were playing that with GKB and Chivo one time. I
Yes.
remember we were getting our asses kicked, but it was funny.
We were, but it was awesome, dude. And
Yeah,
I got halfway through on Legendary. I beat Halo 5 on hard, but I wanted to beat it on Legendary, and we got halfway through, and I think everybody had just played through it so much at that point. Crap, everybody was kind of like, you know what? I'm going to let my hands off the steering wheel here. I'm not in the mood to do this right now.
Exactly. Jay, do we got one last one?
Let's do our last
Yes, we do.
voicemail.
We've got Xbox Trigger.
Awesome.
Triggered.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey Jay, it's Xbox Trigger from Twitter, and my question today is about marketing. Do you think Microsoft shouldn't even market anymore because marketing like third party games is worthless now because the reviewers don't even review the game on the platform. For example, Dragon Ball Z Fighters. It's not even reviewed. No, you don't see anybody review that game on Xbox platforms except on Xbox sites, and they had the marketing right. So I know it's the reviewer's choice to pick it and review it on blah blah blah. But every other PS4 third party marketing, even when it's not when the user base is probably better on the Xbox side, they still review it on the PS4. So what's the point? Getting marketing rights for a game that is not going to be viewed on your console and on your own platform and not be advertised. I don't know. What's your guys' opinion on that? That's it. Bye.
I'm not sure. Like they should be trying to lock up some kind of marketing rights. He's right though. Like remember, we all thought that people would review the games on the X, and that's not really turning out.
It's not happening, and I got to be honest with you. That's something that pisses me off a little bit. Well,
what Sony's doing is they're being real specific with their contract that, hey, you got to review this on a PS4 or PS4 Pro. Microsoft doesn't really care. Their marketing rights are, hey, Xbox logo at the end of the commercial. That's it. What I mean?
Yep.
So, here's the thing. Would you rather them spend money on marketing rights or, work on some goddamn games? The marketing rights don't really seem to do them much good anyway, for the fact that there's so many more PS4s out there. People are just buying PS4s, and and of course they're going to sell better on PS4.
Right.
So now they just
the
really
thing
got to.
this kind of bugs me, and we were talking about, like you said, crap. We talked about we would see the X being utilized and people saying this and that. They're not doing that, and I don't think it should be the reviewer's choice. If I have a marketing deal, and again, I understand it's all in the way the marketing deal is written up. I get it. Okay, I get it. Well, whoever's writing it sucks. Okay, that whoever's writing the deal sucks. Because what I would say is part of the reason I'm paying you is when you go to send out the copies, your publisher goes send them out, you send out our version so that while these people are playing it on Rad Brad, IGN, Kotaku, guess what? Everyone's watching. Don't tell me you don't look down to see if they're holding an Xbox controller or not, or a PlayStation controller. You don't look to see if they don't show the controllers, if they have an X, a triangle, and a circle versus a Y, a B, and an A, right? Like people are looking for that to see where these are being played on. And that's part of the marketing. And I don't understand why that every single time even when it's an Xbox marketing deal, when I watch them playing it, they're playing it on PlayStation. And they're like, well, that's up to the discretion of the, well, it shouldn't be. What am I paying for?
Yeah.
Like marketing's exposure. So why is it I'm marketing the game, but you're holding a PS4 DualShock 4? Why?
Hey, good point.
You bet your ass it's a good point.
Sony doesn't really want games, third-party games, multiplats showing off on Xbox because then you see a stark difference in the versions.
Right.
That's why they didn't show off like some of the games they had marketing with last year at E3, right? So that's you got to outmarket Sony, man. Sony's got a lot more to lose than Microsoft.
Right. I don't know. Man. I'll tell you.
Microsoft has that kind of don't care attitude. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of suits them, I guess, for what it is. I hate that you can't ban people in the chat anymore.
You can't. It's the same thing. I think they just changed the wording.
Yeah. Oh, it was banned too much of a thing for some snowflakes.
Yeah,
like, oh my God, I'm banned. Oh shit.
Now it's hidden. But yeah, that's all it is. They just changed the wording.
Yes. Now they're hidden.
They're hidden.
Yes. What a lovely world we
live. What
a
wonderful world. Yeah, that's what we got, buddy. It's what we got. Hey, you know what? Listen, let's Jay, you mind bringing up the wheel?
Certainly,
Jay did something interesting.
Yeah, so I was actually wondering if you guys wanted to read off some of the Patreon members.
Absolutely.
Yeah, here we go, man. Thank you, lovely people. Biggie, of course. Man, he's donating games to everybody in the community. Butt Crap Gamer, of course. Josha Z, thank you. Jack Jackal, Justin B, Anthony N, Lethal Papa, John S, Mark D, Larry S. Let's see, Vertigo Tempest, John Yoon, Killshot Chaos, Killing Dan, Jazzy Noob Xbox, Silent Bob X, Zol Games, Neth, Dirt Griggity. Thank you guys very much, and to everybody else that supports us.
Yes,
we really do appreciate it. Probably next week we might even be doing the raffle again. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's believe it or not, it's already come up. And also, we're going to be doing M&C Evenings this week. You guys should check that out. And it's going to be fun. Maybe we'll have something whipped up by then.
Right.
To check it out.
Well, see, Trigger says, hey, Mooch, you got any Xbox? I don't have any gold codes for you, buddy. But listen, Trigger, call in. Get on the wheel. Because, with the wheel, you never know. You could get some Microsoft bucks, or you could end up getting some something, game, or it could be Xbox Live. You never know. So just call. All it is a voicemail, folks. A voicemail. And Jay has, if you go to J Dubs, Jay, on your channel, do you have the how to leave a voicemail?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So in case you're like, how do I do it? Go to J Dubs M&C Mornings on what is it, on YouTube, and he's got everything there, instructions, yada yada yada, the whole nine. So guys, thanks a lot. Honestly, the Patreon thing is huge. You guys are just been amazing, and we can't thank you enough. And like I say, for $1 in a dream, there's many tiers there, but for $1 in a dream to get entered into that, it's an awesome way to win $60. However you want to spend it on any console, doesn't matter. But yeah, Jay, with that being said, do you want to pull the wheel up and we'll see nice.
So because we didn't have very many voicemails this week, I decided to fill in some of the blanks with spin agains.
Nice.
Maybe I should have put bankrupt in there.
Yeah, or you could put
bankrupt in there. Save us some Game Pass codes.
Right. Collect Go or pass Go, collect $200. Yeah. Anything.
Okay, so let's spin this.
And make sure you bastards call in and leave voicemails next week.
Yes.
You should put in a thing that says spin again.
He did. He's got him in there. Bankrupt.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. That's what he's got in there.
Oh, okay. There, yeah.
We might even get a spin again. I think we are. Oh no! We have a winner.
Mass murder.
Mass murder.
Mass murder. Nice. Nice work, dude.
Nice.
Congratulations, Mass Murder. Calls in all the time. Guys, like Crap was just saying, though, definitely do call in. Leave a voicemail. It's always great to hear. I'm so glad that we're getting so many live calls now. But to be honest with you, it's great to get voicemails as well.
Absolutely. We love hearing both from you guys. Yeah. And even though we were terribly late today, man, it is still good to get a show in. And,
it was awesome, man. Who cares? It's Sunday. Yeah. There's no football.
Yeah, that's true, man. And then hell, there ain't even no football for me next week. I ain't watching that shit.
I'll watch it, but only because I like the food that's going to be at the place that I'm watching it. I love food. Okay,
gotcha.
Yes, food, baby, food.
Bring on the food. I'm a foodie.
Yes, a foodie. What an awful term for people. It's true though. You're a foodie.
I hear you. I hear you.
Great.
Jay, what can we go ahead and go out with?
Yes.
Let's see here. Why don't we go
surprise us?
Yeah, okay, so I'm not even going to tell you what we're going to do here. So anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much for everyone showing up. We know we were late, but as Mooch and Crap always like to say, the show must go on.
Yes, sir.
Woo! Yeah.
Enjoy.
Hey everyone, Crap Gamer from M&C Mornings here, and you know, maybe you're a bit of a geek or a nerd and people push you around a bit, huh? Well, if you roll up into the cut wearing an M&C Morning shirt, suddenly you're a Billy Badass, and you might even get someone to kick it out wide for you too. Well, we've got all your M&C Mornings merch right here in one spot for you. Or maybe you want a 4K makes you a better gamer shirt, or perhaps even in the highly coveted Crap Gamer was right shirt. I know that's a personal favorite of mine. We've got it all. iPhone cases, Android phone cases, classic M&C Morning logos on mugs, travel mugs, and more. Support your favorite morning show by buying some of our kick-ass merchandise. You know you want to. Links for it all in the description below. Thanks for supporting M&C Mornings.
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap. Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap. Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap. Make sure